Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Tonight, we check out this week's flight sim news, the Camair 480 twin Navion, Parallel 42's Coyote Estate, a Bell 47J, and the Pitts Challenger 2.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Hello? Hello. Everybody, happy Wednesday, the middle of the week. So it is. The midweek shuffle, the let's get over the hump day. You're very welcome to the news. And, well, tonight, were you watching the dev update? Oh, there's news. There's loads of news. Hope you're all keeping very
baby.
well. What's going on? You're present. You don't just ramble into somewhere and, you know what I mean? You have to ease your way into it. This is tough. How are you?
Yeah, baby.
Any cracker news? Nothing mad happening on your side of the world. These are gone bananas here in the chat. The screen is like, what? It's a busy night. We've stuff going on, lads. We've stuff going on. We have tonight
Yeah, baby.
a catch-up of all the news making the headlines this past week for our beloved simulators. Not just for Microsoft Flight Sim, but of course the whole Flight Sim kind of industry. And
Dude, let me
Yeah,
music.
baby.
My head.
there was a lot of news.
Like a mad idiot.
Well, there's a lot of news going on. Flight Sim Expo and Honeycomb and right. I'm getting a haircut on Tuesday. There's all sorts of news happening, right? But also tonight,
Yeah, baby.
the alert got nuts. Tonight we will be checking out this thing here in front of us. This is from Hangar Studios, and it is the Camair 480 twin Navion. We had a look at the Navion a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, baby.
And we're here checking out this thing as well, right? We're also going to be checking out a brand new scene. That's right, friends, by Parallel 42, and it's that of Coyote Estate. I picked it up.
Yeah, baby.
We have to find Carlos Edson Bar. Brilliant, right? Then we're also going to be checking out the Bell 47J, just released for the sim, and it's part of the local legend. And it's an interesting helicopter for sure. And then later on, we're going to be checking out the Pitts Challenger 2, the light version, just dropped as freeware from F7 Simulations. So there's quite a bit to get through. And of course, we have all the news. So how are you anyway? Did much happen since Monday? It's a Roman free zone now. We got all the Romish. In saying that though, research for next week's show. Do you know what I mean? What's going to be happening? I won't spoil it now. But there's a lot of stuff going on. So if you've been watching the official Microsoft Flight Sim dev update, I'll bring you up to speed to some of the bits and bobs. There seems to be a lot of new features on the way for Sim Update 15. And I'm always kind of cagey when it comes to new features, because I'm like, fix the broken stuff and then give us new features, because new features tend to break more stuff. Do you know? However, in saying that, it's still exciting to see some of the new stuff they've added. And there are some huge announcements from Working Title. Massive announcements there tonight. But in particular, they're working on a way to have the sim inject correct aircraft models and liveries when it comes to the AI traffic. Now, we have to be kind of sitting down for this one. When it comes to AI traffic, if you're not using a traffic injector like FSLTL or Just Flight's traffic or Vatsim, for example, and you turn on AI traffic, right? Well, there's always a kind of a head scratcher moment where you don't necessarily see the accurate model. You definitely don't see an accurate livery. So Working Title are kind of, hunkering down to try and figure this one out. And, well, to be honest, it's a great idea. I did ask the question. I was like, Janie, could you bring this into the world of multiplayer? And to be fair, they're like, didn't think of that, but they're going to look into it. Like, could you imagine if we actually had model matching in multiplayer? Now, I'm not like, there's got to be a whole load of different hurdles to get this thing working. I mean, third-party developers would have to create a light version, if you like, of their model, include some of the sounds and their liveries, and post them over. And we've seen this in the past. I mean, DC Designs have done it with one of their add-ons. It'll be interesting to see what the sim can do to detect this, because, it was kind of like, goats looking at thunder. They're like, how to implement it. But I think it'd be super cool if they did. You know what I mean? But model matching, yeah, it's for the AI side of the house. If they can achieve it there, who knows? Jorg did say something interesting, though, because he went on to say it's definitely something they're looking into 2024. He said we want to have it better in 2024. So who knows what could be done there? Do you know? So I thought that was kind of handy. That's a nice bit of information. Not to mention the various updates when it comes to, how memory is utilized in the sim. They're really working on some things there. We saw like a 25% or even a 33% more efficient use of memory when it comes to the avionics. That's super important. So yeah, really, really exciting things there. Do you know? And some of the other bits and bobs we were talking about, the xCloud. So if you want to do, fly the sim on a portable device, be it your phone or a tablet or whatever, well, the current restrictions where you needed an Xbox controller. I just have my phone here at the bus stop. Hang on, I'll pull out my Xbox controller. That was always a requirement. So they seem to be moving in the direction that won't be the requirement. They're going to have haptic feedback. They're going to have their own customizable buttons, which is a huge thing. I mean, we got very excited when this xCloud concept was given to us. I mean, you could literally play the sim or fly in the sim anywhere on anything, be it a phone or your old potato laptop or a PC or whatever, once it's connected to the internet. The problem was the integration with controls. If they remove that barrier, this could be huge. This could be huge because, say, for example, if your PC was having an issue, technically you can then put your own controls that you have in your house to use the xCloud system. Funny that they call it xCloud. I suspect they'll have to call it something else, because I imagine, Austin is like, huh? That's a funny name. Do you know what I mean? But apart from that, I think that was a huge development. Removing the need to have an Xbox, a controller. So that was kind of handy, right? Some other things we're talking about is going to be the this kind of the gateway where people can make their own sceneries, and there's talk even of having airport updates when it comes to the default airports. And this is again something that's taken from the Laminar Research Camp. This is what X-Plane does. Every time they have their own update, they update airports. So they basically look at all the airports, they compare it to say, well, we only have 3 terminals, they have 4, or we've 2 runways and they have 6. That's what they're constantly doing. So Microsoft looked like they're going to be following in the same vein, where they'll just target a specific airport or specific airports and then say, right, okay, well, the date has changed here. Jorg said it on the stream about Seattle, for instance, is missing a terminal. So the idea would be when we get a new update, be it AirAC monthly, there should be airports updated as well. Again, that's kind of huge, because not only does it necessarily update airports, it probably gives us a big chance now to go back and say, hey, do you see that big massive tree at the end of 2.9? Would you mind, trim it down a bit? So who knows what that'll bring, So, yeah, lots of new features apparently on the way. Sim Update 15 looks to be the job altogether. I think the biggest one when it comes to flight modeling or how aircraft behave, a lot of it has to be said for helicopters. They're really, really going to town on the rotor physics, how choppers actually, fly properly. And I say, Porto Sergio is still probably lying on the ground looking up going, what did they say? He's probably in a hoop, but they've definitely worked, and they're working on better ways in which, when the rotor is going through the air, how the air kind of moves around it and how the rotor moves through it. Really, really accurate stuff. And like engine vibrations on multiple rotors, it's all looking all fine and dandy. Brilliant. Not an awful lot though when it comes to the fixes, as in a lot of the bugs that we have, right? I mean, there's a video put out, people are talking about NDLSS or NDLS or DLSS, that they're causing issues. We know the Parallel 42, their product flow broke for a lot of people. It was working okay with me, but in VR, I think it was just stumped. It wouldn't work at all. Parallel 42 have now just released an update for that. So if you have Flow Pro and you were getting issues, be sure to download your update and let's see how that goes. I think they put in a little bit of a walk around or workaround, if you like, for that. And then I suppose the other stuff, there's a fairly beefy roadmap for 2020, right? I mean, there's still, 3 more massive updates. There's world updates, there's more aircraft. They have a surprise thrown in there as well. Dune is coming later on. So there's still quite a lot they're working on. All the while 2024 is now on the horizon and we're moving towards it. I mean, it's not getting pushed out. We're moving in that direction. It's now January. York said it's not going to be in March, but you know what I mean? Are we 6 months or 9 months away from a brand new sim? Who knows? But it's definitely exciting, isn't it? So, yeah. That's it. We're up to date. I'll see you tomorrow. No, I won't. I'll see you Friday, and you take care. Yeah, I'm only joking. We've loads to talk about tonight. And if I've missed anything just in our little introduction there, maybe you saw something on the bit of music, maestro. Maybe you saw something on the dev update. Let's, if you're interested in it, let's have an old chat about it. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, Ryan just subscribed. I got a whole load of subscriptions. Thank you all so very, very much indeed. You are absolute brilliant and very lovely and very kind. And I know my head is huge in this view, but I'm trying to look up 2 of my screens. But Ryan, thank you very much indeed. Viper Strike is here. Good evening to you. Bell Bro is in the house. Super Ty. Welcome in, Super Ty. Vacuum. MDA. Good to see you guys. Catbat Niner is in the house. Catbat Haj. Welcome in, Catbat. Rambok Mord is here. Good news. It's hump day. Tarnish Mossman, good to see you. Gaseous Maximus is in the house. Eagle Airways. Aaron, very happy Wednesday to you. Toto, welcome in. Night Zep is here. Old Veteran 965. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Black Ice Gabe. We have a Black Ice Gabe. Good to see you, Gabe. Hope all is well. Now let me see. The Limbics watching us over on YouTube. And to all our friends on YouTube, all our viewers. Asha, how are you? Right, 4K. That's all. You're right. I should make a bigger screen. But thank you all so very, very much indeed for tuning in. Now, I'm catching up here very slowly. Wayland Tutani, good to see you, man. Onboard Simulations, good evening. Ewald is here. Galaxy Man 2, hello. Canoe Head, good. Whatever time of the day it is, wherever you are. Canoe Head 2, good to see you. Motley, welcome aboard. Soaring AJ, AJH, man. P.S. Morandai, hello there. You're very welcome in, dude. Alison Johnson is here. Bonsoir. Hello, Alison. Hope you're feeling better. Filthy, good to see you. Cy120 is in the house. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. How are you keeping, man? Robert J56 is here. Fierce Wolf is here, looking fierce. And Wolfie. Jesus. Alison Johnson gifted 5 tier 1 subs to Twitch viewers. Thank you very, very much indeed, Alison. That's insane support. How does she do it? 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Lads, if you are the receiver of a gifted tier 1 sub, do be sure to thank Alison Johnson very, very much. Nutty Snack is here. Good to see you, man. He came, he saw, he tripped over the cat. Brilliant. But yes, Shuffle Shoes has resubscribed. Thank you very much, John. Let me see. Spearsy resub to the channel as well. Thank you very, very much indeed, Spearsy. Hope you're well, man. SK Sun is here. He says, good evening, Murph. Good evening. Hope you're well. Helric, welcome aboard. QC Frank has rumbled into the chat. Good to see you. Beat the Jesus then. Old Veteran 965 then. Scott jumped in and said, "Aye, 5 gifted tier 1 subs." Scott, thank you very, very much indeed. Oh, mother of Janie. And guys, if you got a tier 1 sub gifted by Old Veteran, do be sure to say thank you. And thank you. QC Frank has resubscribed. Frank, you devil. Thank you very, very much, man. The love is real. Sean Dale, happy Wednesday. Mr. 90 is here. Good to see you. Bell Broage, welcome in. DeBlaze, you're welcome aboard. Lenny Brooks is here. What am I spending money on this week? Lenny! Lenny! We'll get to it now in a minute. It'd be grand, right? Wombat 49. Welcome in, dude. Wombat, hide the wallet. It's grand. Martel, happy Wednesday. Katie Patton is in the house. Hello, Katie. Balut. Hello, Balut. Also, resubscribing to the channel. Just did a hype train and everything. Just behave. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Now, let me see. Are we flying multiplayer tonight? Not tonight, Galaxy Man. Tonight, it's all about the news. Catch up what's going on in our sim and some couple of new releases, some old releases, and so on and so forth. We'll take it nice and handy, do you know? But yes, now, Katie, thank you so much for the bits. Sun Jammer is here. Hello, Sun Jammer. Welcome in. The Polar Bear UK has also resubscribed to the channel. Thank you very, very much indeed. It's the last day of the month, isn't it? Jesus, the last day of the month. Now, where are we at? We're catching up. Muse fan bursts in the door. He says, Asher, Jesus, how he is. Happy Wednesday, Muse. Muse, you must be jaded. Are you jaded? Model matching, says Alison. Who needs that, right? Crikey. Shh, it's fine, it's fine. Larger Life is here. Good to see you. Jan Race, welcome aboard. JP Aviate, you're very welcome in, man. World Hub would be awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Really am. Mr. Dan, it's good to see you. He says, certainly be interesting to see if they can crack the multiplayer model matching stuff. It just would, man. It just would. Flying a heli with an Xbox controller is not fun. No. Well, you can turn on some stuff. Bugs? There are no bugs. These are features. Wayland, I like that kind of idea. Yes, yes. There are no bugs, only features. There is no Dana, only Zool. But yes, Belbro says there's a flow. There's a flow update on Orbex. Correct and right, there is. Lee Dixon, good evening. Larger Life says only Flow Pro is affected, or Essentials 2. I think it was only Flow Pro. From what I've read. Do you know? Iron Knob Airways, he says, hello there. Update has caused freezing halfway through a flight. Until the update, I had no problems. Freezing during the flight. Some people are reporting this. I'm unsure, is it to do... Iron Knob Airways, are you using NVIDIA's DLSS by any chance? Would you like to know more? Cold Nebo. I asked if a selective safe mode was possible when you could select a limited subset of mods to load rather than having to uninstall them, move folders. But apparently there are some issues with doing that. So again, Cold Nebo, I would have to say Microsoft or Asobo or both, they're looking at the X-Plane infrastructure. They have to be because, well, this is where X-Plane kind of shines. In X-Plane, you have an option to turn on or off plugins. It's huge. And also, you know, when it comes to their version of the community folder, there are certain things you can kind of move around and you don't really need to reload the sim and all this sort of jazz. So it would make sense, you know, it's more user-friendly, if you like, to have these features in there. I think the problem with Microsoft is whatever way their core sim works, at the start, at the very beginning, it loads all the assets that it needs. If you want to pull something out of there, tell the core sim, hey, don't load everything, only load them when you need them. That's a massive change. I think it's more possible, if you like, with 24. It'll load some of the files, right? But if you remove them, it'll break. One thing I would say, Cold Nebo, if you have it, would be use something like Add-ons Linker. Without a shadow of a doubt, that is probably the most efficient way of selecting what you want and what you don't want running. So for example, right, and I'll just show you this, not to bore the absolute bejesus out of you, but I'll show you this, right? So if we go into here, on my screen, if you can see it, right? So here's my main Microsoft Flight Sim folder, that community and official. But up here, this is where I have my add-ons. And I choose whether or not I want these running or not. And all I've done here, so I have aircraft folders and you break them down. It's like the organization here, it makes sense to me. So airliners, all my airliner add-ons go in there. Business jets, choppers, you name it, I've broken them all down. And then when it comes to like scenery, well, I go by continent, and then continent you go by country, and so on and so forth. But what I want to show you here is, if you were to open up, we say, the add-ons linker, right? And I have a folder in here called plugins. And these are the plugins that I'm using at the moment, right? Well, I can go into this option here, and it's probably hard to read, but everything you can see up in the top left, well, these are the folders: aircraft, avatars, liveries, plugins, sceneries, or stream only. So when I do stream only, that's all I need. So my loading times are like fantastic when I'm only focusing on what I'm covering that night. But anyway, I have a folder here for plugins. So I have Flow, I have the weather presets, I have sound files, I have Just Flight's traffic, I have my PMS 750, I have weather packs, I have lighting effects, and all that sort of stuff, right? So if I have an issue with the sim, and it's rare that it's going to be, you know, from a plugin, but if it is, I can turn them off from in here. Or in fact, I can turn off aircraft, or I can turn off whatever. I can go individually, or I can go for an entire folder. That gives me savage control. On top of that, right, this is grand if you're dealing with kind of a small-ish amount of add-ons. Outside of this headache, well, that's where something like SimStaller comes in from Parallel 42, because they have a way of scanning add-ons that potentially cause an issue, but they're definitely overriding the core sim files. And you can identify those files and say, well, look, for example, right, I have one in here, you know, Just Flight aircraft traffic fleet. That's to do with Just Flight's traffic. They inject the traffic into the sim, right? Well, I don't necessarily need to disable that unless, of course, something like SimStaller was saying, hey, man, you have an issue there. Right, and when we're checking at this particular aircraft tonight, the twin Navion, well, the developer Sim Hanger, after he saw the video I did with Parallel 42 for SimStaller, he saw that his aircraft was bringing up all these red flags. Wasn't necessarily causing an issue, but he was using files that were overriding the core sim files, which isn't ideal. So, do you know what he did? He went back and he fixed it all. He now has his own unique files, and his aircraft are no longer changing the core sim files. That's huge. And to see a developer say, oh, okay, I'll fix that, that's awesome. It's awesome. It's really, really great to see that. It just means then we're using add-ons that have less of an impact on the core sim, which should mean better stability. That's what it leads to, better stability, right? So it was great to see that. But anyway, Cold Nebo, I probably just burnt the ears off you now, but it's effectively, if you can do something like this, I think it makes a huge difference, because it does for me. It makes a huge difference for me. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I hope that kind of helped some which way. Alison says, it's odd they update core sim functions in a world update. Yes, I saw that. So that's where Parallel 42 had an issue, because developers don't usually have access to the world updates. And York says they usually don't put out core sim updates for a world update unless, and all that happened was, I think Seb made 2 changes because it was from receiving feedback about certain bugs. He fixed them, but that broke something in the core sim. But 100%, yes, it's odd and weird. But just Gowan Grimm, hello. He goes, the plane is the ugly duckling. Ugly as sin, but a beautiful swan in the air. That's a very good way of putting it. Yes, it's. I'm falling in love with this thing very quickly. It's very, very nice. We'll have a proper look at it here now in a bit. But yes, now where are we at? Certainly interested in the performance stuff. Yeah, it was huge, man. Huge. Now where are we at? We're catching up. Energizer, good to see you. Tarmo 10K, you're very welcome aboard, man. Now let me see. Batelli, thank God we're tipping towards the weekend. You know that. Come on, Friday. Now let me see. Caesar, hola, good to see you, man. See you later is here. Welcome aboard. Downrange, good to see you. Happy Wednesday, man. You're looking well. Now let me see. Rogue Wolf Gaming is in the house. Good to see you, man. How are things? Oz Nomad is here. Hangar Studios is in the chat. Very good day to you, sir. We're going to be checking out your work. Love your work. Now in a moment. Now let me see. A bit fragile, says Ali. Floored by a migraine. You poor old divil. You poor divil. Get well soon. Keith O'Farrell is here. Tonight, it's the Flight Sim News. It's totally fine. Sit down, have a glass of water. We'll get through it together. Do you know? Now, where are we at? Patrick. Sure, how are you, Patrick? Muse fan is only knackered. You poor devil. What time were you up at the other morning? Jesus. Now, where are we at? Up here somewhere. Yeah, there was an update to Parallel 42 flows. Yes. The marketplace. Not necessarily, Coldney, but you can actually put some of the marketplace one store stuff into a different folder. I've tried it and tested it. It works for some, not all. But yeah, I'll give you a list. I will get out of bed and check my computer. Okay. Now let me see. SimStaller is also really great too. It is really handy. Really, really handy. Now, Gibbo Ireland. How are you, Gibbo? He says, I have to wonder how much of the new things might be wasted effort and how much Microsoft 2020 will be transferable to 24. That's a great question. I wouldn't say they're well, I don't know. It's a great question, right? I'd be very surprised. Like, they got to be using 20 as some sort of a test bed, or at least You would think that. We don't know for certain. But, like, wouldn't it be... Oh, I don't know. We see this when new versions of games come out. They leave out a whole load of features and then they go in a different direction. I mean, like, Forza Motorsport, for an example. And I'm going to use Forza because it's coming from the Microsoft studio, right? Forza Motorsport, the most recent one, does not have a live replay function that you can just sit there as an observer and watch everyone else racing. Yet the previous version of Forza had that. So there they just scrapped a feature, got rid of it, and moved in a different direction. Now we can change the colour of our helmet or our gloves. Well, right. So there's that kind of stuff. So it is a great question. And I would really hope we won't see that happen, Gibbo. But sure, who knows? Now let me see. Gunnar is an amazing developer, Hanger713. Absolutely, Sean, absolutely. Now where are we at? With all the people grinding for the VA League 1, it should be renamed to the Murphy Every. I read that, balls. Thank you, Viper. Very kind of you. Yes, indeed. I've just been vipered. Ooh. But yes, right, we'll move on. The lovely Kaharia has rumbled in. Hello, Kaharia. How are you keeping? 3 a.m. Tuesday and 5 a.m. yesterday. Are you on the coffee muse? Randy Godwin, good to see you. He says hello from Texas. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're well, man. Now, let me see. If I forget anyone, just start shouting. Here we go again. Look, Catbat, I'm honestly not looking forward on spending again on a brand new sim. If they can't do 2020 right, then it'll be the exact same at 24. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be negative, and I love this sim. But if they are going to just charge us $80 or more to get their vanilla state sim once again with more missions and stock aircraft, then what can I say? That's a very good point. And the worry is it going to be one step forward, two steps back? The important thing is, and we need more information. We need more information, right? Because, the official statement is the majority of add-ons, the vast majority of add-ons are going to work just fine, right? Oh, yeah, but then we didn't consider this. So that's the worry, right? But I think in terms of any investment we've already made, and our investment is in hardware. Well, the hardware is going to have to work. They can't now make the sim incompatible to hardware. I'd be shocked if they do that. So I imagine our hardware investments are going to be sound, as in peripherals, right? When it comes to your add-ons, the kind of general consensus around third-party developers is, no, we'll make sure our add-ons work in 2024, and if they need to be updated, we will do so. And a lot of them said they'll do so free of charge. So I think any developer in the next 6 months releasing aircraft, if you don't kind of see Flight Sim 2024 will be supported, will be updated, well, as Gibble once said, do your homework, because, you have to be careful. If you're going to spend and, put in 50 to 100 bucks on add-ons, and then suddenly they'll only exist on Flight Sim 2020, which I suppose, the grain of salt with that is, Microsoft said they're not abandoning 2020. They'll still develop it, right? So the sim isn't going to be turned off overnight. There's a bit of we'll have to kind of wait and see. Prime example, like Flight Sim 2004 is still in use, right? I can't remember the last time an add-on was made for it. FSX, that had add-ons from the third-party community as recent as last year. Do you know what I mean? So there might be options. The worry is it's server-based when it comes to photogrammetry and stuff. So, yeah, what happens if they turn off the big red switch? No replay function. Where have I seen that from, says Ali, right? Missing the nameplate on the cars too. There you go. Now, where are we at? I slept for an hour after I got home from work. That's all you need, Muse. Totally fine. Do you know, Kingsman, all the way from Liverpool. Good to see you. SLH Sim Designs, you're very welcome aboard. Now, let me see. Paparazzi, welcome in, man. He says, one of those, it all worked so well until it didn't kind of thing. Yeah, I think so. That's where it's at. Daz Hickey is here. Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sean says, Flight Sim 98, 2002, 2004, etc. Each one's been better in general. Microsoft Flight Sim has been a base code from FSX. Surely it'll get better to build on. Yeah, so they're still using what's called the ESP platform. That's kind of the engine. It's the framework of how the thing ticks, right? The ESP platform. There's nothing in Flight Sim 2024 that I've seen from the trailer, and bear in mind, we've only seen one trailer and a couple of screenshots. There's nothing in that tells me they've now moved completely away from this ESP platform, right? So it's more of the same, only better. Or that's the sales pitch. That's what we're told. Do you know? So yeah, I'm intrigued. As Mr. Dan says, I'm certainly intrigued. Sim Update 15 looks very good performance-wise. It did, yeah. They spoke about a lot of performance update with Sim Update 15. Which they reckon is going to drop in and around March. You know how these things work, lads. They'll probably say, yeah, it'll be March the 12th. You know, we get our teeth brushed and comb our hair and get ourselves dolled up to the nines, only to be stood up because there's a delay. It could happen, but we know where it's at. You know what I mean? So yes, so where are we at now? Right, I think we're all looking good. He whispers the game needs. Yeah. But listen, for simulation, we're in a happy place. I think there's optimizations being made. The multiplayer issues, I think, have not been fully addressed. And I'm back in the forum saying it's still not fixed. But I think in general, the sim is in a good place. There's new features coming, and I always when I see them. But there's performance updates coming along. There's updates to flight model for helicopters. There was a question about how aircraft handle on the ground. This new collision physics thing that Seb is working on. Well, I think they're going to start pushing that out for some aircraft. And then I think, the biggest star of the show was what Working Title are working on. They're working on the G3X Touch, which is a brand new set of avionics, properly developed. This is going to be as powerful as the GNS stuff. Right, going from the default to the Working Title GNS or the G1000. That's the kind of step up these are going to get. And it's great for a lot of aircraft in the sim. They mentioned bush aircraft and all this sort of jazz. There's a lot more aircraft using that G3X system. And if they can do the G3X, that gives even better news for the G5000 units further on down the line. It's good news, lads. Good news. So we'll see. Who with this? SLH Sim Designs. Welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow, dude. Great to see you. Right, so what we have, lads, we're going to start off with the news, right? And there's a bit of news this week. I'm going to try and get through it in one kind of swift movement, which will probably take 6 hours. But it'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. So our news tonight, a massive shout out, by the way, to the vendors of the news, right? These guys they spend so much time talking to developers, checking forums, and then they come into these into the websites. One of them in particular, msfsaddons.com. A big massive shout out to Vasco, because he builds up all the stories for us to read. The same has to be said for Callum and all the guys over on FS Elite, and of course then to Sergio Costa over on Heli Simmer. There are a number of other websites, of course. These are my favourite because they tend to be the quickest, and I kind of like the vibe. So big shout out to the lads, right? Big shout out to the lads. So, we're going to start off with some aircraft news. And tonight, Synaptech Simulations have announced a payware shift for their Airbus A220 and also a collaboration with Inibills. Now, as most of us know, we've seen the A220 box hover on the fly-by-wire panel, where I was like, oh, there's an A220 on the way. The A220, I think, is comparable to that of the Embraer regional jets. That kind of a neck of a woods, right? I think. You can see the stuff here. But anyway, they've shifted from being a freeware product and it's going to now be a payware product. Now, the developers say, well, listen, they can kind of explain it. They're saying, if it's open source, they were limited. If it goes payware, we can better fund it, meaning we can make it better. And then they want to work with Inibills. Now, Inibills, these lads are doing lots and lots and lots of stuff. Inibills are flat out. I don't know how big the team is now in Inibills. They must be friggin' massive, considering how regular we're getting aircraft and sceneries and all the jazz. Plus, they also harness a massive third-party kind of community themselves with other developers who work with them on their own marketplace. Inibills must have a ton of lads working there. I met some of the lads over at FS Expo. Really, really nice bunch of guys. And I love what they're doing in the sim space. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. When you think about it, the aircraft they have coming out, it's just awesome. And of course, their sceneries. Inibills sceneries are some of the best you can get. They're really, really nice. Anyway, with Synaptech moving over to Inibills, this could make it very interesting. So, Synaptech also announced a partnership with Inibills. The collaboration aims to elevate the A220 to new heights in terms of quality, as stated by the team. It also hopes to expedite the development process, meaning it'll be faster. This strategic partnership will leverage Inibills' expertise and resources, promising an unparalleled Airbus A220 experience. Now, released on Xbox, in conjunction with these developments of being payware and with indie builds, they also announced that they will get this aircraft onto the Xbox, which is huge. This is huge news, right? The Xbox edition will be available or accessible through the Instant Marketplace. The initial release will feature the A220 300 variant, and then the 100 and the ACG variants will be planned as free upgrades for the base package customers at a later date. Now, at this stage, we don't know, do indie builds have a direct role in the development of the aircraft, but they are likely to have a significant supporting role. The studio, a powerhouse in Microsoft Flight Sim development, is evidently keen to expand its range of Airbus airliners. Recall their successful release of the A300, the A310, and of course they've announced the A350 and A380 for our very own sim. I've nothing in terms of prices, I've nothing in terms of release dates, but I thought it was an interesting kind of a move. There is a video here if you want to check it out. As loads of people around Berlin. Hello, it's Luz. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Kanzui, good to see you. There's a lot of all of our 10 sceneries are just $20, $2 a piece.
Can I do the refund?
Murph, may I add some news? We have a crazy deal running right now. All 10 of our sceneries are now just for $20. SLH Sim Design. One moment there now. I'm at closing the page. I shouldn't have. This is why I can't have nice things. SLH Sim Design. You're running some stuff. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. News just in off the hot shelf. Because he's here in the chat. Welcome in. So available for Microsoft Flight Simulator. All products. You're telling us we can pick them up for how much? We have a crazy deal running right now. All 10 of our sceneries, English Murphy can do it for just $20. Is this the Caribbean Airports bundle? Including, Jesus, there's a lot of them. Guadalupe, Dominica, Bermuda. Huge news. Thank you for that. SLH Sim Design. Stay as are, lads. Do be sure to check it out. Awesome. Right, here's a video. Let's have a look at this. I'll probably have to play other music here because, well, we know how this all works, doesn't it? Right, bear with me now. We'll do one of these, do one of them, and do one of these. I like the way it said music. And here's Murphy playing his own. Did you see the state of that, lads? It looks very fancy. That does look very nice. When are we going to get it? When do we want it? And so on and so forth. Great video. So, yes, the Synaptic A220, it's on the way. Mickey Ozzy, good to see you. Dr. Sisu is here, sitting in Tipperary, dreaming of Grenada. Good to see you, man. You're looking well. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? So, no release date, no price, but huge development news for the A220 project. It's going to be payware, they're working with indie builds, and it's going to be on the Xbox console as well. Huge news. So, of course, this week, we've seen the release of a brand new aircraft, the Local Legend 14, which is based, of course, on Bell Helicopter's 47J Ranger. We're going to be showing this one off tonight, because you're probably looking at it and you're thinking, I will say this, it's similar to an Alouette in terms of the that big kind of a canopy. But, like, the the visibility of this thing looks incredible. So we'll take it for an out spin tonight. It's a single engine 4-seat helicopter, 2-blade main rotor, 2-blade anti-torque tail rotor, and it's part of a series that became the first helicopter certified for civilian use in the United States. That paved its way for various applications and spawning numerous iterations. Jorg actually said tonight, when he was doing his research on the Caribbean update, this helicopter, well, it would have been used quite a bit long before there was proper runways and stuff put down. Do you know what I mean? So the Bell 47 series, one of the most successful, including the Bell 47G, which we have in the sim from Flying Side, and also the executive transport variant, the 47H. Launched in 1956, the Ranger was a larger, more powerful version of the H variant, and it achieved significant success. It holds the distinction of being the first helicopter to transport a sitting US president and has appeared in popular culture, including the James Bond film Thunderball. The 47J features a single pilot console, a bubble canopy for excellent visibility, and seating for up to 3 passengers. It's adaptable for various operations, including marine environments, with its float fittings. It has 2 variants, skis or floats. This aircraft was built by Builds, right? Built by Builds. It's available now through the marketplace. It's priced at $14.99, depending on what version of Microsoft Flight Sim you have. If you have the Premium Deluxe, for example, well, you can pick this up for $9.99, which for me, that's like, it's a steal, that sort of price point. So we'll have a look at it here now in a moment. Now, in other news, PMDG. We know that they're working on the 777, and they're showing off some cockpit images, and well, they look very fancy. 777, probably the most highly anticipated aircraft at the moment. They also kind of figured that from the Navigraph survey. Well, PMDG have released some internal images, and I gotta say, well, these look very, very nice indeed. It's showing the flight deck in the 777, which is huge, right? And I'm impressed here with the level of detail, but it's PMDG, right? I mean, we're expecting great things from this aircraft. There was a couple of comments, a bit of drama over on their forums during the week, and poor old Robert Randazzo was getting a bit of a, lads were giving out, and then he gave out, and then everyone went, oh, it is what it is. Listen, don't give me the drama, I just want the aircraft. But I have to say, it looks fascinating. There's a lot of detail gone into this. So, we've spoken a lot already on the 777. We've no release date yet. It is looking highly polished and refined. So we're hoping the wait isn't much longer. 777, of course, it's much larger than what we're used to with our 737s. And, it's on the way, lads. It's on the way. Be interesting to see what they can do. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, where's the 777 in your ranking of you want it released now? Do you know what I mean? And that's a big list considering the Lancaster and so on and so forth. But where does the 777? Is that going to be an instant buy? Or are you like, I don't have a use for it? Because some people just don't need or want the heavy version of the aircraft, right? They just want the short hops, the medium distance aircraft, 737s, A320s, and so on. You know what I mean? This, then the 7.4, day one, it's a buy. I'll buy it on release as I did with the 7.3. I think I've flown it 6 times. Day one purchase for Muse. Well, Muse, did you have this in FSX or P3D? I had it in FSX, loved it. Purchase for me, so Spitfire. No interest in the Boeing airliners, to be honest. Okay. Kind of indifferent to the 777. You'll pass. Hummingbird is here. I got hit in the head with a can of soda earlier. Luckily, it was a soft drink.
Yeah, baby.
To be fair, that was brilliant. Hummingbird has subscribed to the channel at tier 2 for 6 months, Hummingbird. Time has absolutely flown by. Thank you very, very much indeed. Daz Hickey says, more excited for the 350. I'm likely going to buy it, says Filthy. Yeah. I'm going to pick it up day one. I like the 777. It's going to be fun. No release date yet, but it looks like it's fairly soon. You know what I mean? She's very good with her puns. She is indeed. Honey. Indeed she is, Scott. Indeed she is. I had it in FSX and I moved to P3D. I was too poor to buy it again. This thing was dear back in the day. This was like $90, I think, wasn't it? Lancaster 777, English Electric Lightning, 757, 727, my dream list. News on the 7.5 coming up in a moment, Sean. So, Blue Mesh. These guys made the big, massive flying boat. Do you remember? Well, anyway, they've teased new AlphaJet images, and they've announced the Castle C25S Ultralight. AlphaJet. Vive la France! Blue Mesh have established itself as a developer of unique and historically significant aircraft for the sim. The progression from creating simpler freeware models to the more sophisticated, high-fidelity aircraft has not gone unnoticed, and the team now regularly collaborating with Microsoft in the creation of historical aircraft, some of which featured in the 40th anniversary. The team have recently shared some interesting tidbits about their plans for 2024. The roadmap is ambitious. 6 aircraft are in development. Whilst most details remain a secret, likely to be tied to whatever they're developing under the partnership perhaps with Microsoft, there are a couple of models we can identify, representing 2 historical French aircraft, the Castel C-25S and the Alpha Jet, a light attack and jet trainer. The C-25S, a vintage French glider constructed in the Fuga factories from 1945. And you remember the Fuga Magister, well, that kind of shared a lot of its heritage with gliders. It was the airframe, when they were designing the Magister, well, they looked towards gliders. That's why it has a massive wingspan. It has a glide ratio, I think, of 13:1. It's off the chart, right? But they kind of got their heritage from that. But anyway, this glider in particular proved to be a successful long-distance flyer, setting several records in the early 1950s. Interestingly, it even made an appearance in the film Le Grand Val Roulier. Murph's pronunciation of French has been battered. One of France's most successful films. Blue Mesh promises to reveal more information about the project, including a teaser video, in the coming weeks. Now, they also seem dedicated to bringing us more modern aircraft. The team shared a teaser image subtly hinting at a new model that strongly resembles that of an Alpha Jet. If true, it may mean a significant update is coming to the freeware model released some time ago, possibly hinting at a higher fidelity and payware version. The Alpha Jet, flown by the Patrouille de France, the French version of the Red Arrows, if you will, and was also kind of just a jet trainer in general. They're still flown today at air shows. They're a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. They're very similar to the Nat, the Nat, the English Nat, very similar type of airframe. But anyway, I would love to see a high fidelity Alpha Jet in the sim. Now, their collaboration with Microsoft seems to be doing very, very well, particularly when it came to the historical aircraft. They included the Spirit of St. Louis, the Wright Flyer, the H4, and of course, the Latacore 631, which as a flying boat, I remember we didn't fly this an awful lot. The interior was something else. It was brilliant, right? But the aircraft as a flying boat, it is a work of art. They've done a phenomenal job here with all 6 engines. So we're certainly in store for a few more aircraft releases under this partnership, possibly even tied to whatever's coming for 2024. Meanwhile, their own releases, such as the Caudron, have proven to be quite interesting. Wasn't mad on the Caudron, to be honest. Just not my sort of, But the Alpha Jet, definitely looking forward to that. So I thought it was great news. What do you think? It was $90, right? Films. What's that? Films. I'm Irish. We say film, right? Films. We make movies. Muse, £90. That's mad, isn't it? Shoot a Bandicoot to see it. They have some base at RAF Lakenheath, do they? Nice. But that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? The Alpha Jet. Bring on the Alpha Jet. Now,
Dougal, have you been drinking? I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
So moving on, Bluebird Simulations, well, they posted an update regarding their 7.5 and 7.67 aircraft for the sim. They're advancing their development of 2 highly anticipated airliners for the sim, the 757 and the 767. These projects, which have been in development for some time, recently received a comprehensive update from Bluebird CEO Shervin Ahu. He highlighted the challenges, technical advancements, and of course the future plans for the projects. So the 757 project has been a journey of resilience and adaptation. The unexpected departure of Eric, the chief programmer, in 2023 posed a significant challenge, particularly given his crucial role in coding and avionics development. This setback, however, led to a dynamic shift in the project's direction. Bluebird Simulations expanded its programming team, welcoming 3 new programmers. This expansion brought new perspectives and led to a unanimous decision to revamp the existing code base. The team transitioned from JavaScript to WebAssembly, a move that delayed the project but promised a more robust and efficient framework for their ambitious simulation. When it comes to the cockpit and the avionics, well, Shervin shared that the 757 has made remarkable progress, especially the virtual cockpit and its avionics. The team has dedicated considerable efforts to reworking the cockpit, focusing on accuracy and the immersion down to the finest details. Every component, including individual screws, have been meticulously examined and redesigned. Now, it's just to be clear, this aircraft is not slated to be that of what we call study sim. They didn't say it's going to be, but they did say it's going to be a highly accurate rendition of a 757. So it's interesting to see where they're going with this. The project has progressed so well that the scope has been expanded. Oh wait, time to eat me own words. It's now aiming to be a high-fidelity airliner, surpassing its initial mid-level status. Sounds are in the works from Boris Audio Works, and visual enhancements are on the way also. What? There's me. What's the word they said? Now I'm going to pull me hands out with my face. So they are aiming this to be high fidelity. Interesting. Anyway, Boris Audio Works in collaboration of this ambitious add-on, so he's working on that. He's also involved in other projects, as we know, the Cows DA42 that we showed off some time ago, and of course the Black Square Duke and Turbine Duke, which are on a short final as well. Visually, the 757 has undergone extensive enhancements, with significant time invested in reworking the textures and the cockpit details to closely resemble it. The 767 is a separate, ambitious endeavour, while sharing some commonalities with the 75, while the 76 features distinct differences, especially in its cockpit design and other characteristics. Bluebird Simulations is catering to both PC and Xbox users, with plans for an Xbox release, though some features may be limited due to platform constraints. Additionally, a cargo variant of the 75 is also in development. This paid expansion will include free enhancements for existing passenger versions. They're also going to look at Navigraph integration for the commercial aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim. They've included this popular service into the aircraft, and Navigate will facilitate the seamless integration of comprehensive flight data into the Bluebird EFB and its flight management system. So, the plan is to release the 757 in the current version of the sim with a free upgrade for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. However, no specific release schedule has been confirmed, so further patience is required. As for the 767, well, it's expected later this year or early in 2025. So here's one, right? If you're looking at getting the 757, well, you've heard it from the horse's mouth, figuratively speaking. The 757 is slated to release in the current Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's this one that we use, with a free upgrade for Flight Sim 2024. That's huge news, isn't it? Now, there's a bit of a video here. Will we have a little look? I think we'll have a little look. Well, it's 26 minutes long, jeez. It's a huge video. Just show us the gadget look. So this is how everything's looking. You see here from the textures, well, it's a bit clean looking, but it's work in progress, isn't it? There's actually some nice details on that, on the FMC there. It'll be interesting to see how they take this. Look at the lighting as well. We've watched so many previews of this aircraft. I remember looking at some of the lighting, and I was blown away. I was like, what? That's in the sim. That's amazing. Do you know what I mean? So 757, yeah, I think it's going to be a hoot when it's released. What are your thoughts, lads? I mean, are you looking forward to this machine? That was the first commercial airliner I flew in, which was the 757. I'm actually flying in a 757 later this year, going to Vegas. It's a 757-200. They're a narrow-bodied aircraft, right? So, you know what I mean? But they're very long. Well, I have to say, it's coming along well. It's very kind of X-plane-y looking there, I must say. And I think the best, well, no, fact, the best 757 in flight simulation at the moment is over on X-plane. That's just where it is. But look, interesting. Now, we already had that. Just Flight, speaking of X-plane, Just Flight. They've released the Duchess Model 76 in X-plane 12. In partnership with Thranduil Design, they have released the Duchess Model 76 for X-plane, following on from the award-winning General Aviation fleet in X-plane 11. The highly detailed simulation of the Duchess Model 76 has been developed natively for X-plane 12 by Just Flight, in partnership, of course, with Thranduil Design, following comprehensive hands-on research with two real-life Duchess, both based out of England. It's a four-seater, twin-engine T-tail aircraft equipped with a retractable tricycle landing gear, two 180-horsepower four-cylinder engines fitted with a constant-speed propeller. Its IFR-capable avionics suite, excellent handling characteristics, and counter-rotating propellers make it an ideal aircraft for multi-engine flight training. The perfect step up from the PA-28. With a cruise speed of 155 knots, a range of 780 nautical miles, and a service ceiling of 20,000 feet, also make it a very capable touring aircraft. So this is available now over in the world of X-plane. It's priced at $36.95, and we have a video here as well. I'll show you a little. Now, it's in X-plane, lads, but I'll show you the trailer just to see what you think, right? That's better music. Hold on now. Turn it up there, Betsy. Right. So the Duchess 76, I have to say, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? This is available now in X-Plane 12. The price is €36.95. And there's a couple of features, of course, when you look at X-Plane, you're like, oh, that'd be so cool. You know, dynamic liveries is one of them. What they mean by dynamic liveries, you can literally change the colors of your livery in the sim as you're flying. It's pretty cool, right? But anyway, I'll be checking this one out soon. I was chatting to Just Flight, and I don't know, I might do a video, or I'll probably do a stream, to be honest. We might do something with Join FS. So if you guys have X-Plane, you can fly an X-Plane, or if you have Microsoft Flight Sim, you can fly a Microsoft Flight Sim, and we'll go for a flight somewhere. I want to explore this aircraft, because Just Flight aircraft on X-Plane, that was when they made, that's in my opinion, that's when Just Flight went from being an add-on developer to being an add-on developer. They made some beautiful airplanes in X-Plane 11, and what we see now in X-Plane, or what we see now in Microsoft Flight Sim, well, it came from that. Right, it came from that. So this is pretty cool. And of course, the Duchess Model 76, well, it's slated for a release in Microsoft Flight Sim at some stage. We probably won't see it this year, but I'd say it's definitely on the way, right? So pretty cool news from Just Flight, and Thranda definitely looked like they did a great job. Now, word here, or news here, from InnyBuilds. They're teasing Abu Dhabi International POI pack. The first teaser posts from InnyBuild have dropped on their social accounts today, giving us a little insight into a new POI pack that will be released alongside their Abu Dhabi International Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The first teaser posts have dropped, and we knew that Abu Dhabi was already in the works, and we shared the first previews just as 2023 was coming to an end. This is news here from FS Elite. However, in the new previews, we get a sneak peek of the Ferrari world in Abu Dhabi, right? So a couple of pictures we can see here, look. InnyBuilds, this is one of their own sceneries. Like, this is an InnyBuilds proper. Do you know what I mean? And it'll be cool to see Abu Dhabi kind of really brought up into the sim. The short post from the team confirmed that there are updates, Xbox versions of products inbound, and of course new products on the way soon. In the meantime, there's other information, and we can check out their Dubai International Airport that was released a short time ago, right? But it's pretty cool, right? Abu Dhabi, yes, bring it on. Especially like, cause like so many flights from Dublin go to Abu Dhabi, and of course Dubai. But if they're going to include the POIs for the area, including the Ferrari World Park, that could be cool. I wonder, kind of like they do something with the roller coaster in there. But good news. Now, Boundless, well, they have an update to their 2024 roadmap for X-Plane 12, right? We're kind of hopping in between, but bear with me. Scenery developer Boundless have shared its what its future looks like with the first roadmap post of 2024. They have 35 locations available to buy since the end of last year, and they're looking to 2024 now, and coming very soon, they're working on Prestwick. They're working on a new UK helipad pack, Wick Airport, and then finally Northwild Airport. These are due to release first before more projects are announced, right? Boundless did, however, confirm there are 3 other major projects in development at this time. Now, Boundless have released scenery in Microsoft Flight Sim. They've done so through InnyBuilds. Kerry, I think, is one of them. But there are plans for more products to be upgraded to X-Plane 12. Boundless have a fantastic Dublin scenery. But they also said Birmingham and Shannon are quite high on the list. Boundless Shannon for X-Plane was quite detailed. So it'd be great to see that getting updated for X-Plane 12. And then hopefully we might see InnyBuilds, build more and bring these over. Because Boundless do a great job, do you know? So that was a nice little tidbit there. World Update, the Caribbean, right? World Update 16, the Caribbean is now available. Now, hands up, right? Hands up, one's in chat. Who had an absolute headache trying to install this? As in, it took me 3 hours.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Kanzui, right? 3 hours. I was stuck at 3 megabytes for like friggin' age. Like, what? And they actually spoke about it tonight on the dev update, and Martial, who's just the coolest looking guy in the world, he was like, yeah, well, our partner providers who provide the servers. Well, I don't want to hear that. I don't want the drama. Just give me the end result. Ow, I'm after bashing my hand in more ways than one. But yeah, I thought it was nuts. Why, like, lads, you're telling us you're moving.
They've done studies, 60% of the time.
It works every time. You're telling us
time.
that all the data for 2024 is going to be streamed to us, and yet we saw a world update take 3 hours. Ugh, right? But anyway, only 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes. I'm downloading it now, says Kanzui. That's probably the best way to do it. 3 hours literally here as well. Very slow. Haven't even tried yet. 20 minutes, says Wombat. Who asked you, Wombat? 20 minutes? Some people, it took ages.
You haven't a clue what you're doing.
Others, it didn't. 20 minutes, I left it till this evening. Never downloading this update on day one. That could be the thing. Well, the world and his mother is going to be downloading it all at the same time. You know what I mean? My update is stoppable. You can't get it, says Zybok. No way. I don't know how they're going to fix that. You know what I mean? Renee, yeah, that'd be cool. Would love to have it with the Trump livery and Rolls-Royce engines. The 757? Yes. Does he still have that? Really great plane, super great, really great, awesome. Does he still have that plane, the devil? What's he doing with a big 757? But yes, I just deleted Canada. What? Oh, in the sim. Jesus. Canada isn't there anymore. But anyway, listen, it was a bit of a head banger to get this installed, but now, thankfully, it's installed. And I have to say, this is a very, very good world update. The Caribbean, a region known for its diverse and picturesque islands, I never get there, is the latest addition to the sim with their expansive global scenery. It covers a wide array of destinations, including Antigua, Aruba, the Bahamas, Barbados, the British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Dominican Republic, Grenada, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, St. Kitts and Nevis, Trinidad and Tobago, Turks, and even the US Virgin Islands. The update allows users to experience the unique landscapes and cultural richnesses of the areas. There's 104 points of interest. There's a lot of POIs here, right? In addition, Gaia Simulations have handcrafted 7 airports for us, including Jamaica's Sangster International, Haiti's Antoine Simon Airport, and more. And it's not just about the locations, there's also 9 new activities to enhance the experience and a couple of discovery flights and landing challenges. The update is only possible thanks to the integration of the geospatial data achieved through close collaboration with Bing Maps, Maxar, and various Caribbean governmental organisations. The integration includes aerial photographs, satellite data, LiDAR, DEM, and DTM data, ensuring a detailed and accurate representation of the geography and topography. Now, you probably saw the trailer. We'll play it here now in a moment. We're going flying this Friday, friends. This Friday for our group flight. We're going to be exploring the Caribbean. I'm taking a DC-3. Why not? And what do you think of this update? It's a beautiful part of the world, and like especially now considering up this neck of the woods, the weather is totally terrible. It was raining sideways. It actually rained sideways today. But anyway, it's nice to kind of escape to these areas. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Hey, Captain Ray is here. Good to see you. Fornax, my teletext downloaded in 50, or your telex downloaded in 53 seconds. Really? Oh, the best sea. GNAC, absolutely. Good to see you. Do they have Hungry Sharks? They could do. They could do. It looks beautiful, lads. So anyone who has it, if you've explored some of the regions, you're probably saying, yeah, this is pretty nice. We will be exploring it on Friday night. There's some really beautiful airports up this neck of the woods. And I saw on FS Hub, they actually have an achievement to explore all of the Caribbean. It's like 36 legs or something. It was nuts. It'd take you weeks. But I think they've done a great job here. And it's somewhere pretty cool to go exploring. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to be doing a flight here on Friday, checking out a couple of the POIs and seeing how they've done new kind of water masking, and you can see there's proper mesh there. It looks pretty nice, you know? So, the Caribbean update, it's now out. It's free, by the way. You can pick it up. Just go into the InSim marketplace and you can grab it from there. So, pretty cool. Now, Orbex, well, they've released the Gold Coast Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yankee Bravo, Charlie, Golf. And we announced this was coming to the sim only a couple of weeks ago. It's now been released. Very complex and detailed scenery, which has 4K textures. It has the 2024 update of the airport renditioned. Animated jetways, interior in the main terminal. Unique GSE vehicles, incredible attention to detail for both the land and airside. Optimized for performance, dynamic airport lighting, custom taxiways, detailed ground markings. You can pick this up now from Orbex, priced at $24.64. It's about €18, give or take. And pretty cool, pretty cool. I will be flying here soon. So that's Gladstone, and now the Gold Coast Airport have been released by Orbex in the last couple of weeks. Pretty cool, isn't it? And did they remove the trees at St. Bart's? I think so. I think they did. Come back here now, you devil. So, yeah, anyone who likes flying in Australia and New Zealand are probably my favourite places to fly in the sim at the moment. And I love exploring the region. This looks like a beautiful airport, so we'll have to pick this one up. Now, Jesus, Vuelo Simple, I can't pronounce it, releases Argentina's Jujuy International Airport. I probably pronounced that terribly wrong as well. To our Argentinian brothers or brethren, sorry about that, lads. But anyway, the developer is back with a new South American scenery for the sim. The developer, who frequently gives us new airports to explore in this often neglected region of the virtual world, has now announced the release of Gobernador Horacio Guzman International Airport, Sierra Alpha Sierra Juliet, located in the, looks like Jujuy province of Argentina, or is it Huay? Right, I'm only guessing. It sounded convincing. The airport serves as a crucial hub for the region, being the northernmost Argentinian airport, with scheduled flights and a starting point for many travellers heading towards Bolivia. The airport holds strategic importance for both tourists and locals, with Aerolíneas Argentinas, JetSmart and Flybondi providing regular connections to this destination. It looks pretty decent. Highly detailed main terminal, complete with meticulously crafted interiors, realistic control tower with interior, the province's hangar, accurately modelled fuel plant, updated airport apron, custom runway materials, precisely implemented night lighting, and LODs optimised for detailed visualizations. It actually looks pretty nice. You can pick this up now through Sim Market, priced in and around $13, which isn't bad, lads. That's not bad at all. Jetstar. Sangster looks amazing in the sim. Nice. We'll have to check it out, Viper. We'll have to check it out. But that's a nice release. Now, news here. Vox ATC. More ATC. Would you believe? They've previewed a Microsoft Flight Sim. They'll offer voice-controlled ATC and traffic injection. Huh? More. Vox ATC may be a familiar name to simmers who are more acquainted with FSX and P3D. It has been, and still is, an innovative ATC add-on that integrates voice recognition technology, allowing simmers to communicate with air traffic control in the sim using standard ATC phraseology. It seems Microsoft Flight Sim simmers will not be left out, as we're starting to see the first previews of Vox ATC in action in the sim. It promises to be another groundbreaking ATC solution for Microsoft Flight Sim, a growing category that highlights the need for such improvements in the base platform. FS HUD say intentions beyond ATC, just to name a few of the existing and upcoming products, show that there's a lot of interest in the community for new and innovative solutions to dramatically improve the lackluster ATC system in the sim. Vox ATC is notable not only for use of voice recognition, but also because it generates its own traffic and controllers, effectively working as an all-encompassing add-on. The preview shared this week online, we can see this in action. In one video, Vox ATC can be seen managing and injecting traffic into Microsoft Flight Sim, leveraging AIG's aircraft models and offline traffic. The second video shows the tool working from the pilot's perspective during an approach and landing at Ponta Delgada Airport. This showcases how natural and responsive the systems are. Let's have a quick look here. Hopefully there's no tunage.
B204, reset transponder, squawk 3015.
Squawk 3015, Big 204.
B204, flight heading 285, descend to flight level 46, expect vectors to ILS runway 30 approach.
Turn left heading 285, descend to flight level 46, Big 204.
Interesting. Let's have a look at it injecting stuff into the sim then, right? An early preview. Okay, there's music there. We can't play this one. But Lisbon, right? Let's have a look now. That's not a good... Did you see what your man did? That didn't look terribly great. I'm not going to lie, but like for a preview video, Jesus, don't be showing us things like that. Look at that devil up there, look. Whoop. Right? Anyway. Not important, but it does look pretty good. It's injecting the AIG models into the sim, and if it's able to do this kind of naturally, this could be a good option, right? Could be a good option. Flight level 46. Huh? They're going to have some stiff competition. They are going to have a lot of competition. They really, really are. But anyway, it's worth noting that this is still work in progress. There may be a number of improvements planned. Nonetheless, it is promising, and it's bound to start making waves in the coming weeks. But stay tuned for more updates. But you have another ATC option. no word of price or how it's going to work. Now, in saying that, right, anyone who is interested, if you're interested in ATC, I'm going to kind of plug, our own channel here. Not like me to do that, but I want to show you what I'm working on, right? Because this is important, friends. This is important. Open that, please. And it'll open up somewhere where I don't want it. It's over here, look. Click OK, and bring this across. So what I'm working on, lads, and I'll let you know when this is all going to be coming to fruition. However, the IFR section of our ATC ground school is in production. It's in development, and I've started working on this already. And over the last couple of days, I've been making a lot of progress on it. So this is this ground school manual we created. I left it at version 6. That's when we did our VF4 ATC. And the whole idea behind it was teaching us from start to finish how to use ATC on Vatsim. But it's done so in a very controlled and safe environment. We have our own controllers. We use Discord to just kind of break the ice to get rid of what's called mic fright. Press the button and say, hello, I'm in a plane. What do I do next? This is going to follow on from that series as we delve into IFR capability, instrument flight rules. So, of course, the Irish invented ATC. Good man, Lenny. But some of the things I'm working on, this document, version 6, is available on our Discord. And some of the new things coming into the fray, just to give you an idea. It's all to do with, where's it here now? So, this is kind of where it's at. Instrument flight rules, the course introduction, when to fly IFR, and so on and so forth. It goes into flight planning. How do we fill out a flight plan? How does it work? How do we track real world operations? How do we get them into the sim? There's revision for IFR basics. And that's everything from, distance to height, a couple of calculations to help you along your way. Also, when it comes to NDBs, ADFs, VORs, what are they? How do they work? How do you get them to work? It's just revision stuff. And then other cool stuff when it comes to, the flight plans are basic. When it comes to wake turbulence, because that is something that we're going to have to start learning, especially when we want to fly some of the bigger aircraft. And although wake turbulence is not there naturally in the sim, there are add-on packs for it. But there's options then, of course, with Vatsim and Pilot Edge, how they inject all this stuff as well. So there's a lot of stuff on the way. And I'm letting you know in good time when this course is going to start. And yes, so if you've ever wanted to learn how to use ATC, as in Vatsim, well, we're going to have our own course starting for that. It's free. It's 100% free. It'll be a Monday night series. So, we'll plan a good few Monday nights. We'll start from absolute zero. We'll bring you all the way to hero. And, I'll hold your hand the entire way, until you're happy, you're comfortable that you can do this thing for yourself. And we'll do the same what we did with the VF4. We'll have an event and everyone who does it, will get signed off to say, you're only brilliant and wonderful. So that's coming soon. So 100%, it's great to see the kind of third parties coming up with all these ATC programs. But, if you don't want to invest money in that and you just want to do Vatsim, because that is a game changer in enhancing your flight sim experience, well, fear not. We're going to be starting an IFR course soon, meaning that you can jump into your airliner or whatever, and you can fly either VF4 or IFR. It'll be a lot of fun, right? So it's coming soon. And yes, looking forward to that. Now, here's other news. I'm really going through the news like a devil tonight, but bear with me. Flight Sim Expo. Jesus, did you hear what happened here? So the Tropicana Resort, which was scheduled to hold Flight Sim Expo 2024, they've announced that they are knocking down the building in April. They obviously heard that, I was going and with the wig, and they were like, no. But this has caused a bit of a curveball for the event organizers, FS Expo, and they have to find a new location, because even though they had agreements in place, I'm almost certain some of them are legally binding. No, Tropicana has said, no, we're out of here. They're going to build a baseball park instead. So the Expo team now need to go and find us a new venue. Fingers crossed it works out. I'm pretty sure it will. There's a lot of other venues. The headache is dates. There's a lot of worry with people who have maybe pre-booked their rooms or paid for rooms or indeed getting flights. So until we hear more, we can't really say or do anything. There's a lot of speculation, but I have every confidence in Evan, and the team that he has there. Phil is there. We have Sky Command working with them as well. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get sorted. I just thought it was nuts You know what I mean? I just thought it was nuts. So we'll have to wait and see. So it's no longer going to be held at the Tropicana Resort in Vegas. It's still planned to happen in Vegas. So yeah, once we get more news on that, we'll keep you up to date. Honeycomb, of course, we saw this news break last week. As Honeycomb's founder revealed the complex financial troubles and, of course, apologising for the Charlie Rudder delays. The too long didn't read. Nikki, who is kind of the face of Honeycomb, we've all met Nikki some years ago. He came from the sci-tech world. They were, releasing their products over in America. He came up with the idea of having high quality hardware peripherals sold at a much lower price, making it more accessible. That was the whole be all and end all. And then we had Honeycomb. He had a partner involved in this who was looking after the accounts. Without getting too much into it, basically your man said, effect this, I'm taking all my money and I'm not paying anyone. That left Nicky in a bit of a spot, and now he needs investors to keep the company afloat. Kinda. It's a whole mess. It's an absolute mess. Gibbo kind of broke the story there I think it was only last week. So big shout out to Gibbo for spotting this one. What does it mean for current owners of Honeycomb? I don't think there's any worries. Unless, of course, it's within its warranty and you have a hardware issue and you need to send it back. That could be an issue. But deal with the resellers, especially in Europe. We don't have Honeycomb to buy from here. I think the European reseller here is Aerosoft. So, it's up to them to sort it out. Or if you buy it from Amazon or wherever you buy the equipment from, well, your warranty is to them, I think. And then they have to chase the manufacturer, right? Or I think so. I could be wrong. But anyway, the kind of positive news out of all of this mess is Nicky said, look, he has a couple of people who are involved and, there are offers of investment to try and get the thing back up and running. So, yeah, it was Monday. What was Monday? No, it was Wednesday. Mr. 90, thank you very much indeed. 20 months, dude. Cheers. Was it Monday? He said it. I can't remember. But yeah, listen, it was a worrying bit of news, but he seems hopeful about the future of Honeycomb. He's in discussion with some potential partners to buy out his former colleague shares. I don't know. It's when you see brands like this and you're thinking, surely they have everything kind of boxed off. It just goes to show, it's not always the case. It's not always the case. And I kind of feel for Nicky here a little bit because, he's the face of Honeycomb. He was up on the stage saying, yeah, listen, we're really sorry there's delays. I'm really sorry that there's logistical issues. And at Expo, they did unveil all this kind of cool looking stuff. The Delta LCD panels, these look friggin' great. But, well, I don't know. We got to hold off until we actually get some sort of news. Martel says Aerosoft currently offering a 30% discount on the Alpha and Bravo. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the story is, lads. All I can say is the Honeycomb equipment is very, very good. That Alpha and Bravo stuff, it's excellent. You just, due diligence and all that. Let's see what's going to happen to the company. But hopefully, all is well in the realm. Now, in our last bit of the section, when it comes to the news, we look at some Vatsim events. And this will probably become a little bit more kind of, I won't say important, but definitely more relevant when we do our IFR stuff, because we're going to start targeting some of these events, to do. So what we do, we have a look at all these vatsim.net/events, and these are all the events that Vatsim host, a ton of them. There's one in particular that's happening on Saturday, and it's out of Ho Chi Minh down to Manila. Now, the reason why I'm interested in this one, well, Papa Murph, me da, he's in Vietnam. So, right, so he headed off on Monday. Woof, off he went, and he landed in Hanoi, and he's touring around Vietnam for a couple of weeks, and Cambodia, and then Thailand, and then he's heading home again. And he's on his own, and my dad's 74 this year. Do you know what I mean? Gas man, and he gave us an an operational order. Situation, mission, concept of ops, logistics, right? Anyone military background, you know what that is. And that's what he does. But he's over this neck of the woods now. So I said, oh, look, here's something in Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh to Manila. It's an event being hosted on Vatsim. So, that'll be interesting. There's full Vatsim coverage. And if you want to do the event, you just sign up. If you just want to have a listen in, you can connect your Vatsim client, probably vPilot or one of those. And you can have a listen in. you can have a listen in and just get experience of how ATC works. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Just hope it doesn't break on you, says Gina. Yeah, the honeycomb stuff, absolutely. Sim hardware niche market, probably easier to fall than we realise. Lenny, yeah, 100%. He's younger than me misses. Is he? Jesus. Your ATC tutorial is a great idea, more fair play. Thank you, JP. But yeah, pesky active old people. Mad Meredith, right? Southeast Asia hub soon. Don't we have a Southeast Asia hub? Or do we have an Asian hub? Senior Murph, future guest here again. Canoe Head too, definitely. When my dad gets back from Vietnam, sure, we'll have him on for an L chat. What did you... It'll be an after 9 o'clock event, but what did you get up to? We'll have to ask him, right? Because my dad, like, do you know what I mean? You can just picture him now. Well, what time is it there? It's night time, but like, he's the sort of fella now that would be walking along with his hands behind his back, looking at things. Yes. That's interesting. Right. He's one of those. So, yeah, pretty cool, right? So anyway, that's kind of it for the news, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to have a look at this thing. This here is the Camair 480 twin Navion, built, of course, by Hangar Studio 713. This is one of their earliest creations. And, well, I got some messages here from Hangar Studio. So, a side note, it was my first payware, and I'm aware that some of the texture issues, specifically on the lines with the rivets on the wings. My normal textures didn't quite come out the way I want them to, but at least my plane has rivets, unlike the one we reviewed the other day. Challenger 350. But anyway, I'm about to press a button there. There's also 2 different interior panel textures depending on the livery. And if you like scuffs and dirt and all that other stuff, have a look at the Vintage Racer livery. The D-Twin Navion, the twin brother of the Camair 480, there are 2 different twins made by different manufacturers, hence while you see some with more of a pointed nose, this plane is not that well known at all. There was only 33 of these aircraft built, right? And he gave me a link to the Twin Navion website, which kind of looks kind of mad, right? So have a look at this, right? twinnavion.com, right? It's pretty cool because, well, they're just mad looking planes. Types of Navions, individual, so that's the more pointed nose one, right? So it looks like a cool little website. It's a real kind of a janky classic kind of a plane, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But I said we'll have a look at it here in the simulator. So this aircraft, the Navion, Hangar Studios has reduced the pricing of his add-ons. Very recently, he's reduced the price of them. You can pick up this aircraft now. Over on Sim Market, it's €11, but that includes tax. These things are like $7 or $8. That's all. They're $7 or $8, right? So let's go in and have a little look at it, all right? And twin engine looks the part already. You can see that, right? You can see that. Now, does my camera move? It does. So it comes with a number of different liveries, and of course there's different variants. And looking at the aircraft itself, yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. If you like that sort of thing. Dynamic tail number, so you can show off your own tail number, which is nice. The reflections are done really well on this, and there are a number of kind of scuffs and bumps and bruises all over the aircraft itself. Some of the texture work, you can say, yeah, a little bit on the rough-ish side. However, you know, the developer is very aware of this, and it's all to do with the pricing of an aircraft. $10 for all. Bang for buck is the best pennies you'll ever spend, says Sean Dale. There you go. $10, lads, right? Bald Eagle, good to see you. You're very welcome aboard. So what can we see here? Well, when it comes to the reflections, it's all done very, very nicely. The texture work, there are some really nice textures here, more prominent from the further away you get. If you want to get super up close and personal to the aircraft, well, you can kind of see where things are getting a bit interesting, in particular when it comes when it comes to the rivets, right? Bald Eagle, thank you very much indeed. 11 months, man. Cheers. There's some nice details here, like I like the texture work on the struts. There's a lot of detail going on there. And there's, you know, decent amount of detail on the wheels proper, right? And it all looks pretty nice, I have to say. It's grand. That's where the rivets get a little bit kind of janky and weird looking. But I wouldn't be too worried. Wouldn't be too worried at all. The engines look fine. The props look fine. As we kind of maneuver our way around here. The spinners have great detail on them as well. And of course, I have my remove before flight all fitted, so that's where you're looking at the big red intake covers. All right. So from the visuals, yeah, it's not bad. Definitely from a distance, it looks very, very polished. It's only when you kind of get very up close and personal to the aircraft. Do you know what I mean? So what we'll do, we're going to jump inside here and take a bit of a tour. Now you might say, Jesus, that's terribly orange. Well, the glare shield changes colour depending on the livery that you select. And there's 2 different ones. But have a look in here, look. Do you see the wood texture? I thought that was brilliant. That's really good, right? Some nice kind of shine too. I wonder, does he use that? I reckon he uses wood silk. Wood silk. I bet you he uses that. Polishing your wood all day. Fantastic, right? Fantastic. And okay, let's look at the main glare shield. So again, there's nice texture work here. You can kind of see it. Again, you get very in close or up close personal to it. It's a bit kind of, but the instruments, they're well laid out. They're very, very clear. They're sharp so you can see them. They are 3D. Same on the right hand side. You also have an option for changing out your avionics. We currently have the GNS 530 in place. We can bring it over to PMS 50s or even the TDI 750 units, which is super handy, right? Sneaky Murph, right? Did you like that? Did you? Brilliant. Mr. Shine. Mr. Shine. I don't know. Hayden, good to see you, Hayden. You're welcome in. Next up, we have a look at some of the other avionics. So we have our autopilot. We have a Garmin unit set in here for our transponder, communications. There's DME capabilities, and so on and so forth. We have our lights, fuel, de-ice. We also have all our electrical when it comes to our battery and alternators. We have prop, throttle, and mixture. And if you look at the layout, very, very different. The prop is on the closer side to you with the throttle in the middle. How friggin' nuts is that? You'll also notice, well, there are circuit breakers on the aircraft, and yes, they are fully modelled. So we have working circuit breakers with this aircraft as well. For a tenner, lads, for a tenner. There's also a couple of nice click spots. Nothing so far as what the Navion has, but this still has does a nice amount. You have a little click spot down here, and that removes the chocks and the remove before flight. You can see the way they've now all disappeared. So your static elements are now removed. And then you have the little torch here now. If you wanted to add in you know, Jenny, well, horse Jenny there now, and well, sure, let's see what happens. So we can click on the button, and Jesus, then Jenny, you're looking well. But if you wanted to get rid of Jenny, we'll just press the little button and she disappears. Nice little feature, and we can do the same with ourselves. You know, press this button over here, and there's, you know, Paddy. So they're little click spots, right? Nice and handy. Moving into the back of the aircraft then, where the seats are, well, this thing is straight out of the 50s, isn't it? I mean, it just is, lads. Now, the canopy is open, that's why it looks a bit mad. But it is very basic. But that's what they were. Do you know what I mean? It was like, let's go for the spin, and that was it. So what we'll do now, we're going to close up the canopy. And let's see, click this button. Get the canopy closed up. And it is worth mentioning as well, as I said, when I did that video for Parallel 42 for SimStaller, Hangar Studios aircraft were bringing up a couple of red flags. The developer has since seen all of this, fixed it, and now there's no red flags at all. So everything that's on this aircraft is unique to this aircraft, which I thought was really, really nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to power up. So we're going to say master battery on. We have soundage. Park and brake is... I think that's set. We'll find out. Fuel gauge. Tester fuel, that's good. Fuel transfer. Fuel pumps. Go ahead and turn those on. Alternators we can bring online as well. We do have flaps. Landing gear is there. Are they cowl flaps? Rudder trim and elevator trim. Okay. Do we need that over here? So disappear the yoke. We have our mags and starters. We're going to put on our beacon light, nav light, and we're going to go for start on the right. So mags, look at the switch. So we're going to start the right engine first, right? So we'll say clear prop. I want to actually have the canopy open as we do this. So we'll say clear prop, and we're going to hit the L starter and see what happens. Good start in the engine. Close the canopy. We'll go for the left side. Oil pressure's rising. Fuel pump's coming off. Alternators are running. Okay. So engines are running well. We have a whole load of lights. We'll mess with those in a moment. We're going to turn on the avionics. Avionics are powering up. If you start it, go outside, you'll see smoke. Oh, nice. Okay, we'll do that now in a second. So, watch this. So, avionics off. I like the sounds. Right, let's try an exterior start. Are we ready? Well, isn't that terribly fancy, isn't it? Just didn't notice that. Nice work, and thank you for letting me know. Right, okay, so avionics now on. Let me see, into map. And again, if you have the PMS 750, it'll work. If you don't, just use the standard GNS 530. That works as well. What else can we do here now? So, transponder will go standby. Autopilot. Throw in some altitude for the crack. Now, we also have some cargo latch. Can we open that? Ah, brilliant! There's a picture of New York and hand luggage and a bag and a hanger. Brilliant. I like the animations there as well, look. Oh, there's one on the far side as well. Jesus, hang on a second. Ah, look at the leopard skin bag. We're off to Vegas. Ah, brilliant. That's a nice touch. Cabin air, cabin heat, cabin lights. So we'll mess with the lighting here now as we sit and let the aircraft warm up. So we'll bring it down to nighttime. Okay. So we have our standby gauges. Oh, look at the lighting here. Panel light. They come up nicely. Pilot lights, co-pilot lights. Very, very nice. And what about the cabin lights? That's pretty nice. There's really good lighting here. Let's go ahead and turn on some exterior lights. Get all the lights turned on here for the minute, including the strobes. Oh yeah, really powerful strobes, look. Good detail of our landing lights. Not too shabby at all, lads. Not too shabby at all. Night lighting is really nice. Okay, so let me see. Go back into here. We will turn off our landing taxi and strobes. Peter, he can come on, even though we're in the Bahamas. Well, we're not in the Bahamas, we're in the Caribbean. You don't need it. Or sure, listen, we'll have a look. Let's have a quick test to make sure that some of these guys are working. So, I don't know. Let's turn off navigation. Or their lights. Okay, what about the transponder? Oh yeah, they do work, look. So if I pull the circuit breaker on the transponder, it's gone. What about the flaps? So I'll try and move the flaps. So flaps have been set to the down position. The motor has now been disengaged because I pulled out the circuit breaker. If I just put back in the circuit breaker, I can hear the flaps moving, and you can see the flaps moving now as well. So the circuit breakers, lads, these are fully modelled. This is pretty cool, isn't it? Right, so we're going to try and fly the thing. As you do. So, how does it handle, right? So we're going to come off the brakes. It's under 10 quid, lads. So we'll spin a rooney here to the right. And let's do our thing. Reset our barrow and heading. Yes, yes, yes. There's a car going nose up into the hill. Into Jesus. Just as well, I'm not in charge. Oh, I better check out the external sounds as well, will we? Okay, so we'll stop the plane there. On the brakes. The brakes aren't terribly strong. Decent sounds. Okay, so we go for one notch of flaps. Easy now, Murph, easy now. Yeah, this is a Sobo scenery, yeah. Okay, power coming in. Takeoff power set. Speed live. 80 knots. The upside 8. Oh, a little bit heavy on our pitch. Gear up. Flaps in. A little bit sensitive on the pitch. Little bit sensitive. Wonder, can that be dialed down a little bit? Just the pitch. The roll is good. Okay, let's see what we can do here now, right? So the question is, can we feather it? Okay, engine 2. So the aircraft, see the aircraft responding? She's dipping the wing. Because we have a loss of power, yeah? And the question is, can we feather the prop? It's thinking about it. So it's fully feathered. I kind of half stalled it there. Maybe it doesn't feather. Alright, back online. I did an entire pattern while continually rolling the plane. It's overpowered. You killed the engine by pulling the mixture all the way out. Yeah, no, I know that. What I was trying to do was, do the props feather? Like, if you feather the prop, right, it loses its bite into the air. So by pulling the mixture, all I was trying to do was slow down the prop. Okay, what's it like for a stall? I was talking about the mod.
Can I get a refund?
Oh, the icon. The modded icon? That does it? Hold the nose. No stall horn. No kind of rattle or shake. So the aircraft isn't telling me that it's stalling. You know what I mean? Let's try it again. So as you approach stall speed, there's no stall horn.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
I wonder, is that something that you can... Maybe it is in, I don't know, like just... There seems to be a lot of stuff going on. Is there a stall horn fitted? Maybe not, lads.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy snooze.
Who turned off my lights? That was terrifying. I must say that a hand fly is nice. The roll is pretty nice. It's definitely fast. I think the pitch is a little bit sensitive. But nothing that's, you know... Nothing that's going to give you a problem. Let's bring it back to nighttime here, just to kind of see, right? It's quite nice, isn't it? It's very pretty at nighttime. Isn't it? Very pretty. What do you mean 4 lights? There's like... Well, there's 6 here. Plus more here. There's 7. have a look at the old gear animation, shall we? Very nice. I like the prop animation as well. No stall horn. I use the DA62 sounds and they use the G1000 sounds. I'm not a sound guy. Maybe one day. That's quite okay. Lads, if anyone in the chat if you have an idea how to do sounds or whatever, implement them, do reach out to the developer. Like, I don't know, could a sound be put in there to add aircraft shake or something at low speed? I don't know, I'm only guessing. But if the hand flies really well. The instruments are responsive.
Oh, behave.
It's a nice kind of a tour of this, isn't it? Boris is probably full of... I'd say poor old Boris is flat out, you know. I like the prop animations though, they are nice. Lads, this is a $10 add-on. Look what the features, look at the amount of features you're getting. You're getting model circuit breakers, you're getting avionics options, you're getting customization, you're getting, you know, static elements, door openings. You're getting all these things. For $10. That's tremendous value. I like the custom wrap steering wheel. Yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah, the plane you're getting for $10 is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a tenner, lads. Now, can I land at the runway? That's going to be... the brakes aren't great, but that's probably characteristic of the airplane. What do you think of it, lads? I mean, for the tenner. I think it's nice. It's worth more than a tenner, put it that way. Do you know? Super cute. How much is it? Scorpio, it's $10. In Ireland, you'll pay €11.24. This thing is a nice GA flyer. It just is. It's nice. Avionics options, the lighting is good, the instruments work. You know, you have the circuit breakers. And potentially, it's going to be a death trap when I try to land it. That's better than a lot of other add-ons. The Limbics, it is, lads. It just is. It's a tenner, like. TPH says, your favourite plane of the sim. I get that. Right, so the question here is, can them up but land it? I've a very good feeling that I won't. Not your flaps. Gear is down. Oh, Jesus. Muse fan, I can tell you they've removed the trees. In actual fact, there's a gap here where they used to have trees. Full flaps. Oh, beat the hokey. This is going to be fun. Easy. Sit up in your seat. Oh, Jesus, mind your head. Sit up in the seat there so we can see. This is going to be fun. Easy. 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 Let her down. Flare. And touch. 149 feet per minute will take every bit of it. Will it stop in time is the question. It will.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
It flies really well. It flies really well. Hangar Studios, you have done just an amazing job with this aircraft. And again, lads, considering I float in scenery, considering this was his first add-on. This was his first add-on. This is awesome. I'm liking it. Spin us around. Oh, Jesus, I nearly tipped it over. I wonder, do I have a scenery glitch going on? Who knows? Who knows, lads? Who knows what I have? Impressive landing. Thank you, thank you. It's Hangar Studios. Great bit of work. The lights... oh, wait. The lights off was badly delayed. I demand a refund. Check out the visors. Oh, yeah, the visors, look. We have... Ah, would you look at the state of them? Look at the state of them. I like that. That's cool, isn't it? That's a nice touch. It's positively orange in here, but it's a nice touch. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Where can we buy it? You can get it on Sim Market. These are the exterior camera views. I'm gonna have a look at it here as we taxi in. What do you think, lads? Murphy gets a commission. I get 33 and a third %. I don't get any commission, lads. It's the old story, right? If I find an add-on that I think you'll enjoy and you'll like, I'm always going to show it. I'm always going to show it off. Hangar Studios he's reduced the price of his add-ons. The price point on this, the bang for buck that you get, it's insanely good. It's insanely good. So there we have it. The Camair 480 Twin Navion for Microsoft Flight Simulator, developed by Hangar Studio 713, available through simmarket.com, priced at around $10 plus taxes. What do you think, lads? Do you like it? Jez, I think it's brilliant. Avionics off. I'll show her down. There we go. It's on flightsim.to as well. Ah, nice. Perfect. Well done. Fantastic work, Hangar Studios. Really, man. This is awesome. And, well, thank you so much for letting me show that off. Awesome stuff. Right, now we continue on with more. We have more, lads. That's right. More happening tonight. Let's have a look here now. Let's have a look. So we're going to be looking at now Coyote Estate from Parallel 42. And we got a chopper to show off here as well. So we've three more things to show you. It's 5 to 10. Look at the time in here. Does it come with a blank livery? Oh, we'll go in and show you the liveries, look. Profile hanger. So the liveries, right? It comes with a lot of them. So here's your default green. We like that. A nice, oh, that's nice. The red is nice, isn't it? Ooh, and ah. Yes, the red is nice. Red and black. That's pretty. Liveries. Ooh, look at the shine on that. Look at the state of that one. Oh, yes. Ah, lads. That's pretty, isn't it? The dash is a different colour as well. The glare shield. Really, really nice work. That's super nice, isn't it? That is super nice. The chrome is beautiful. Look at that. There's a paint kit available, says Helric, over on the Hangar Studio website. Nice. When you compare the money to quality ratio of this compared to the Challenger 350 last week, it really makes you sit up and think, right? That Challenger is 27 quid. This is a tenner. It's 3 times the price. This is 3 times less the price. This is more than 3 times the aircraft. More than 3 times. Right, okay, so the other, oh Jesus, the other liveries we have. A mad looking citrus colour. Xbox green. Reaper, Hunter, the vintage racer. This is the one I want to look at, because this has all the worn textures and stuff. This is the dirty board, right? Now we'll wait for that door to open, the hangar door, so it gets nice and bright. But inside, this is very nice. So there's the door opening. Look at the textures, lads. It's a dirty. Look at it. It's friggin' filthy, look. Oh, yeah. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, right? Really, really good. Awesome stuff. Beautiful. Right, okay, so let us go to our next aircraft. Well, we're going to be sitting at Parallel 42's fancy... Oh, we'll go with the floats. And we'll go with this kind of a colour. Yes. So, let me see. What's it called? 42CE, I think, isn't it? Yes, Coyote Estate. In you go, you big Jesse. California. And we'll start off down here at parking. And let's have a look at this, right? So, news here from Parallel 42 and Coyote Estate. So, what do we have here? An airstrip located on a private property located in Red Bluff, California. Located just off Sacramento River in Red Bluff, California, discover the legendary Coyote Estate. Rumoured to belong to a very private local entrepreneur and upstanding citizen. It offers colonial elegance, tropical allure, and exclusive amenities. Coyote Estate boasts a private airstrip, a helipad, and seamless river access via nearby sandbars. This discreet location is perfect for those seeking maximum privacy and convenience, allowing for efficient transport of goods. Delight in a plethora of recreational facilities, including a private treehouse, nearby campground maintained by the county, and a tranquil man-made lake with watercraft and a luxurious swimming pool. Right? It's a whole scene. That's what Parallel 42 do. It's not just a scenery. No. This is a scene. The thing has attitude.
Dougal, have you been drinking?
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
Right. So this is available over on the Parallel 42 website, and it's pending release out on Orbex and the official marketplace and so on and so forth. It comes with a number of different pictures, and well, we're going to check it out here now in the sim. Right. There's an awesome trailer done. You know, Carlos Edson Bar. I'll probably get in trouble for the music, but you gotta love it, right? You gotta love it. Right, so let's go in now and have a now look at the scenery. In my little helicopter that we'll be showing this one off here now in a few moments as well, right? Change the friggin' weather before we do anything, Murph, right? As much as you like tropical, it's windy. We don't want wind. Sublime. There you go. Right, so let's go exploring, shall we? So, Coyote Estate, right? This is looking brilliant. So this is out on the little runway that comes with it. And again, you can see the attention to detail here. You have like stones and the rocks and all that jazz, right? Very good. You have a static aircraft, looking the job all together. Teeny tiny weather sock. You have all the camping stuff. Nice quad bike. You have a tent. You have a fireplace. You have Jimmy, who's fishing. Good man, Jimmy. This lake is great for catching stonefish or rockfish. Yep. It's one of those, right? Over the far side, then you have Cyril, and Cyril, he's gone all out. Look, he's gone into the water. Good man, Cyril. Look at the shit, like the fishing line is in, like the detail, right? Let's ramble over this side, because I can see some parked cars. And more tents, look. Ooh. So it's all about exploring the area. Look at that mad friggin' divil. Oh, we'll have to do a stream with them soon. They are so much fun. Our little EVs, the Juice Goose, right? Up into the main car park now, we have some signage. What's the sign say? Camping. Very good. That's the sign for camping. We've boulder. That is a nice boulder. We like the boulder. There's no Skodas, Edson. Like, what's the deal, man? I mean, if you want your place to look super realistic, you need to put in an now Skoda. Now, the Jeep looks nice, I'm not going to lie. And this thing looks fantastic. Oof. But where's the Skoda? Right, there's the jacks. Yeah. That's the jacks. And, well, let's ramble out this way a little bit, right? We've signage here, look. What's this? Sacramento River. Bend Area Coyote Pond. Day use only. Ooh. Great sounds. You hear the atmospheric sounds? Right? So as we ramble up, now they've also included, see all the roads and all this. So they fixed all the terrain so you can actually drive your spruce or your juice goose all around the shop, look. Which is nice, right? We also then have, look at this. This is going to make it savage. Very challenging indeed for approaching the runway. Because, like, look at the power lines right at the base of the friggin' landing strip. That's a challenge and a half, isn't it? There's a dude there in the lake. I'm not going to tell you what he's doing. But he's from the Farmers Bureau of Ireland. The Farmer Bureau of Ireland. Right, do you know, maintaining beef exports and so on and so forth. There's a lot of stuff to explore here. But let's go into the estate, into the house, right? Into the house. So we'll ramble down here. Look at the state of the trees coming in. Get out of the wire. Get out of the wires, Murph. Look at the trees coming in now, right? Fix your camera now. Don't make a complete and utter job of it. There you go. Nice gates. Expensive gates. So we'll ramble in this way now, look. Yes, yes, yes. All is looking terribly well here in the realm. Look at the detail of the trees. Phenomenal, aren't they? Yeah, the wire. Oh, do you remember the wire? Do you remember the wire, lads? Jimmy. You're already getting the vibe already, aren't you? Right, hang on a second. We're approaching the gaff. Look at the size of the gaff. Look at the cars in the gaff. Very nice. We have the Bugatti something or other. Veyron, Bugatti something. A Porsche. And a Landro. Again, there's no Skodas here. They're not that well off. I mean, they've a few bob and all, but like they're not rich. Do you know what I mean? Right, okay, so that's the house. It's all the interior is done. You can play the piano. Well, you can't, but there's a piano there. Moving around the far side, there's another Jeep. There's some questionable stuff. Fragile, handled with care. Questionable equipment. As we move now into the back, hop the ball here, mind your shin, and into the swimming pool. This is very plush. In up. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. That's absolutely brilliant. It says in up. That is brilliant. That's fantastic. Well played, Parallel 42. That's freaking awesome. There's Jemima with the dog and Vinny. Man, Vinny. Jesus, the dog, he's breathing up. Vinny's in the pool. Jesus, they're heading him. Get out of the pool, Vinny. You'll catch your death. This is very well detailed, isn't it? Right, okay. We'll ramble into the gaff, will we? We go into the gaff. Pac-Man! Brilliant! Do you remember Pac-Man? Okay, got some nice stuff here now, yes. Oh, Jesus, there's, they're in the baking business. There's a whole load of flour, and that's his confirmation money. Yes. They were making a cake for his confirmation. Makes total sense now, lads. Total sense now. There's some keys in the tray. Very good, yes. And we'll ramble over this way. There's more packages of flour for his cake and more confirmation money. Jesus, he did very well with the old confirmation, didn't he? I like this. Look at the state of the house. Upstairs here now. Up you divil you. There's even more confirmation money on the bed. Right? There's Otto having a crap. How are you, Otto? Jays, you're looking great. I didn't even know inflatables could have a crap. But anyway, there's Otto. Ramble in this way now. Look at this. Look at this setup. This is very plush. To be honest now, this is my sort of a gaff. Do you know what I mean? This is just where I'd live. Right? Right, back outside. So that's the house. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm liking this. And then we have other areas, including the helipad. There's tree houses. Look. Man, imagine having a tree house like this. Look at the detail in the treehouse, look. They've a bar. Ah, brilliant. Well, that's where I'd be sitting. Welcome to the bar. Wait now. Is that for water or is it for making your own beer? I'm going to say it's for making our own beer. What's over in this one? More confirmation money. And some crayons. Well, colour pencils. And bunk beds. And some books. You gotta look. Ah, who's this now? There's another little dog there. Flight simulator for dummies. Get off the ground in a small aircraft. Build knowledge of airports. Work your way up to flying jumbo jets. You gotta love. What's he eating? What's the grub? Like a salad or something. That's pretty cool, lads, isn't it? Is that the outhouse? Oh, it is! It's the drop! I don't believe you! Right. So after you eat your egg salad sandwich, it's like... Ah, jeez. What? That's the level of detail we have here, lads. Do you know what I mean? Poop simulation. Right, moving on. Oh, yes. Your outdoor gazebo conservatory something or other. I love the marble. Wait, what's all this? What went on here? It fell over. Seems to be signs of some sort of a struggle, perhaps. And then we move out the far side of the gaff, out the other little road, running parallel, of course, to the airstrip. We've a road that links back in. Then we have the river, look. Ooh. Then we have the river. But wait, there's more stuff here. What's going on down here? What's this now? Fuel. A big tank full of stuff. This looks like some sort of an industrial sort of a setup. He's got the Jeep. There's a forklift. Another quad bike. Jesus, look at all the flour. How are you, lads? What's going on here? Right. What's over here? Look, there's even more. You can imagine the crack you'd have trying to get your plane landed and down, drop your supplies, and then get out of here again. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Do any of the packages say the Dharma Initiative? Oh, do you remember that? I was lost. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Can you make it nighttime? Of course, Nightstep. We will now in a moment. I just want to see where the roads live, because you can drive your Dooskoos all over the shop. All over the shop. What a playground to go exploring, right? We're going to ramble back up to the gaff. And we're going to make it nighttime. Ah, sure, would you look at the state. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? This is the sort of place now you'd have a bit of kind of music in the background. Do you know what I mean? I just dropped my controller. I found my controller. Right, Jesus. Oh, look at the campfire. And the sounds of the campfire. Hang on a second. Can we do something kind of wild? Oh, Jesus, can we do something wild here? The campfire sound is cracking. It is. That's deadly, isn't it? Look at the state of that scene. We're telling old ghost stories down with the fireplace. Who brought the beans? You gotta love it, man. Right, up towards the gaff. Ooh. Jesus, look at the lighting. The mood lighting on the gaff, lads. Well, now that's impressive looking, isn't it? I love the purple lighting. And the tree houses are lit up as well. It's like an episode of Cribs or something, isn't it? I have 27 jacuzzis and 49 toilets. Jesus, he's still in the pool. You're going to be like a friggin' prune getting out of that, lad. The lighting is gorgeous, isn't it? Jesus, look at the lighting in the pool. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm well impressed. What do you think, lads? It's nice, isn't it? Lifestyle of the rich and famous. Look how dark it is away from the place. What's this now? What's that? What is that? Is that a ramp? It's a ramp. You gotta love it. So, Coyote Estate by Parallel 42. I have to say, it's impressive, isn't it? It is impressive. So you can pick it up, as I said, through Parallel 42's website. It's priced at $13.95. That's with tax. So it's in and around, what, $11? $12? That's pretty mad, isn't it? Lads, I recommend it. I think it's cool. Approach considerations. The strip is short. Please note wind direction by doing an inspection pass. Obstacles also surrounding the helipad. That's pretty cool. A scenic area surrounded by hills, rivers, sandbars and low valleys. It's awesome. Well done, Parallel 42. Awesome stuff. Now, while we're here, we might as well check out this machine. And this machine, of course, is that of the Bell 47J. Just released for Microsoft Flight Sim. Anybuilds built this one, right? And, well, the 47 Ranger, it's an American single-engine, single-rotor light helicopter manufactured by Bell Helicopters. First flew in 1956, retired in 1967, and there was 361 versions built. It later became the Augusta A115. Two Bell 42 or 47Js were used during the 1966 production of Paradise Hawaiian Style, starring Elvis Presley. Throughout the film, Presley's character, Rick Richards, was flying a Bell 47J over the Hawaiian Islands. That's nuts. The first helicopter used ever to fly a United States president. It carried Dwight D. Eisenhower from the White House in March 1962. Wait, that's not right, is it? Sorry, on July 1957. That's mad, isn't it? It saw operation in Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Cuba, Greece, Iceland, Indonesia, Italy, Mexico, Spain, the United States, and also in Venezuela. Crew was one. Fuel capacity 48 gallons. Maximum speed 105 miles per hour or 91 knots. Cruise speed 79 knots. Had a range of 258 miles or 224 nautical miles with a service ceiling of 11,000 feet. Now, shall we go flying in it to see what the devil can do? I think we shall. So, well, looking from the exterior, lads, looking from the exterior, right? Well, it's a beautiful looking model. So far as, well, they seem to have kind of got it done really, really well. The textures, the modelling, all that jazz is done to a high, very high standard. I mean, even through the mesh, you kind of had to throw in the engine, but like, you have the engine in there, which is nice to see, right? That's kind of cool, isn't it? That's in behind the mesh there. And, well, what else do we have going on here? Look. The floats look well. Like, there's no doubt the visibility of that canopy is just nuts. A bubble canopy. You know what I mean? Hey, Captain Gaiman, good to see you. Ah, Jesus, you missed it. I only went and landed a 480 Camair twin Navion into place, St. Bart's. You missed it? I was looking for you. I hope you're well, dude. The new Caribbean update. Did you get it yet? Because you're going to have a lot of fun. Well, I won't say you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to be like, you get to do that in the real world. We're that little bit closer now getting to experience what you do in the real world. It's pretty cool. So yes, externally, visually, they've done a great job on the model, lads, haven't they? So, well, what features do we have with the aircraft itself? You'll notice, and it's kind of weird, right? The controls are kind of to your left-hand side. I thought that was just nuts. However, it does come with its little mobile phone EFB. And if you go in and click on the settings, well, we have some options. The rotor governor, we can put it on auto or manual. The classic cockpit, if you have a look here, it gets rid of the fancy avionics that we have here on the side, right? We can also put the rain cover on and the stairs leading up to it. That rain cover, I mean, right? These are all nice touches, lads. Do you know what I mean? And it has the stairs going in. Nice job. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the stairs, remove the rain cover, and we have a data mark there just on the canopy. See that line there? That just helps us to know, because, well, your instruments are down here. You're looking that way. So we have this data line here, just kind of shows what we're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, Twitter smacked a light pole a couple of days ago in St. Bart's, so it's great. And yes, the update is okay. Still need a good TGS day. Absolutely. Onboard Simulations, good to see you. Johnny Aardvark, hello. But Captain Gaming, it's great to see you, man. I hope you're well. We need to go flying soon. We need to come up with a plan. Yourself and Gibble were testing shared cockpit, and it works very, very well. So, you know what I mean? There could be a bit of crack. So, what we're going to do, what else can we do? Oh, yeah, we can open the doors, look. And look at the interior textures. It's like, right. But some people like this kind of stuff. Oh, yes, give me that itchy blanket material. They've done a great job, haven't they? Then in the back here now, yes, we have a little radio gadget here. Looks very nice. And yeah, they've done a nice job. So the door's open and there's decent sounds here as well. For the helicopter kind of crowd, well, you know, it's nice. But can it fly? Can it fly? Let's have a look. Now, I'm not a real helicopter pilot. No, I know, right? So I don't know what I'm doing. But so listen, we'll give it a bash, right? So we'll start off with the battery and the generator. Check out the checklist. Did you see what it did? Look at the checklist. It's a scrolly... Move you out of the way. It's a scrolly, movable thingy-majiggy look. I mean, technology back then had no bounds. Sure didn't. Brilliant. Right, carb heat. Don't worry about that. Fuel, turn it on. Mags, turn them on. Oil temperature. Engine or... We'll put that on. Lighting, beacon on. There is an in-off light. We don't like that. Landing light sticker on. Oh, we have a fan. Hang on, can we power up the fan? Surely today's we can turn on the fan. Where's the button for the fan? There has to be a button for the fan. If I was a fan, where would my button be? Ah, brilliant. Right. Oh, we have a governor switch here as well. Right, okay. Right, let's see what happens and seeing can we start up the machine. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Are we ready? Don't think you'd like that. No, didn't like that. Can we bring up the L? Ah, here's my throttle. Try it again.
Dude, have you been drinking?
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
Come on, Betsy. Turn the owl throttle
Can I do
up.
the refund?
No, there's no refunds. Turn on the throttle full blast and see what happens. Are we ready? No. I'm probably forgetting to do something. I've no switch for the throttle. Right, okay, hang on a second. Governor, circuit protector, governor on. Okay, leave the governor off for a minute. That sounds better. Oh, Jesus, no. Fuel, gens, mags, oil, beacon, Bossman Gaming, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in, Raiders. Bossman, thank you very much indeed for the raid. Nothing to see here, lads. I'm only trying to start up the machine. Hammy's like, somebody get out and push. Hang on, we'll try it again. How are you, Hammy? It's clearly not liking... Well, we can go with the checklist. Generator switch on. Right, battery on. Prime engine. Where's the primer? Hand prime crank is enough. Let's just prime the freaking collective. Maybe it'll confuse it somehow. Oh, what does that do? That doesn't do anything. Oh, no. Hang on now. I've every faith this is going to work here now, right?
Allow myself to introduce
Chalk's good to see you. Okay, now I know what it is. So see the way we have carb heat over here? Wait till you see what this happens, right? Just wait till you see now. The level of genius. Yeah, baby! Ah, Jesus, that's brilliant, isn't it? Ah, come on now, isn't that brilliant? It was the mixture. It sounds good. Doesn't it? Yeah, it sounds good. Look at the beacon light. That's done really well. Does sound good. Not nearly loud enough on the inside though. Are you sure? Right, but can it fly? Right? Can I fly it? Let's have a look. Toby I Collective. Wish me luck. Oh Jesus, there's movement. Oh Jesus, easy. Easy. Oh, she's giddy. She's giddy. Easy. 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 Okay, collective in. Nose down a smidgen. Ramble out to the right a bit. More to the right. Spin us around. So far so good. Mind those power lines. It's so weird having your pedestal on the left, isn't it? The handle's okay-ish. There's a bit of getting used to it. Okay, let's see what we can do here. There's nice wear and tear on the glass, on the canopy. When the light hits it. That's pretty decent. Oh wait, hang on, we have floats. Put her into the water now. Let's test out the water style of it. Easy now. Easy. Easy. Let's see, can we put her down in the water, right? Putting a chopper down in water is not easy, lads, I can tell you that much. We're forward there a bit. We are kicking up a bit of spray though, I like that. Easy. Easy. Splash down. Okay, I think we're down. Huzzah! Brilliant! Ah, just fantastic. We made it. What do you think? There's nice. Look at the spray coming off the water. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, that's not too bad. I doubt very much he has any sort of night lighting. No. We do have our torch though. Landing light is there. There is a light overhead though, but how do you turn that devil on? Ooh. There's an overhead light now, look. Yeah, that's not bad. So that's your night lighting. Okay, it's not bad. Right, okay, let's get off the old water. Mind the power. Oh, there is rotor slap. Nice. Have a listen to this. Mind the trees. Oh, Jesus, mind that thing. Oh, there's really nice rotor slap. I like that. Yeah, it's not bad. That's actually pretty good, isn't it? It's a great sound. Did you get it from the outside? Yeah. It's not safe to fly outside. Right, let's see, can we get it down into the gaff? And then we'll move on to our next aircraft. What do you think of this so far, lads? Here's that nice scary screen. Right, let's see if we put it down on the actual helipad, right? Once it's airborne, it's actually not too bad. What does Epic Fool think of it? He is our helicopter aficionado. Or connoisseur, if you will. Wait, can I put it down in the swimming pool? Ah, Jesus. Easy now. Easy. We're coming at it sideways, but that's okay. Mind the treehouse, Murphy. Right, easy now. Forward a little bit. Easy. Easy. Forward another bit.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
300 feet per minute. It's not bad. Now it also comes with a ski variant. Or the skis variant, right? It's fully stocked. It looks decent. Epic, have you tried it yet? Whose house is that? Is the bar open? That's our new getaway house. Carlos Edson bar. Right? Brilliant. Nice offload. Quick and get out of there before the FBI comes in. Right? Do you know what I mean? It's a great scene. It's an awesome scene. Lovely helicopter. It's definitely different. I'm not sure on the handling. It's not bad, but there's a couple of things like it goes a little bit kind of, huh? But it's a nice little chopper. And again, if you have the premium deluxe version of the Sim, it's $9.99. And if helicopters are your thing, you know what I mean? Like that's the sort of yoke you want to be kind of, you know, fly out of Alcatraz. Do you know, that sort of a thing? It's actually what Murph's house looks like. You were just that drunk the last time. That's fairly accurate. Yeah. But yeah. There we have it. You missed the swimming pool. Now we'll leave that challenge for you guys to do in the swimming pool. Right? So the Bell 47J. Anybuilds built this, and it's part of the local legend series of aircraft in the sim. Not too bad. What do you think, lads? Yeah. Scott's given out to me, Murphy, say you're working on it, but I've heard nothing other than it's coming. I haven't got to the phraseology yet, old veteran, but I will, don't worry. I'm going to be wrecking your head soon when it comes to the ATC stuff. Just, you know, wrecking your head. But it'll be grand. I will get to you soon, though. Right, for our next machine, we're going to check out this. We're checking out F7's Hits Challenger 2. Right? And let's see now what we can do. We're going to leave Coyote Estate. We're going to go head down here to this neck of the woods. And where was it now? Was it over here? It's on the lights. Hang on now. Where am I? I'm over here. Didn't they do a new one? Ah, yeah. Sangster International. Let's go here for the crack, right? Sangster International. Drop in a little plane here. There we go. So what we have now, lads, the Pitts Challenger, right? Or the Challenger 2, the Light Edition. This is built by F7, right? F7 Simulations. Frozen is behind this. Remember Frozen? Frozen is looking after this one. The first serious non-study level free add-on. In honour of the famous airshow pilot Sean D. Tucker, who retired last year, Frozen decided to create the Oracle. It's the Pitts Challenger 2. The aircraft uses the Asobo default Pitts cockpit, but features a custom exterior and flight model. It is the facelift and Asobo Pitts, or the Asobo Pitts needed for so long. Not just the exterior model is modernised, also the flight model is highly custom and it makes the aircraft way more capable. A highly detailed Challenger 3 is in development, and if you want to support F7's work, check out their payware product listing over on Anybuilds. So this aircraft, this is freeware, right? It features a custom flight model, a 400 horsepower engine, modern prop physics, custom exterior model, fully animated with high resolution PBR textures, red and on fire. It's also vegan, good to know. Coming soon will be smoke LODs and small additions to the textures and improvements. You can get this over on flightsim.to from F7, all right? F7 Simulations. So here we are, the Oracle, she's called, right? Now, we know the Pitts Special, it's a divil. It's a divil of an aircraft, right? Because it'll kill you every time. So let's just see what we can do here with the old... there we go. Calm the whole shop down. So we're looking at the exterior model here, right? And we can see what they did. You know, Sean D. Tucker's on it. And it is the facelift version. It looks different. So the external part of this aircraft has all been updated. And I gotta say, it looks the part, doesn't it? It's very pretty. Now this is an aerobatic aircraft through and through. So we want to see what the thing can do. But remembering, this is free. Are they normally made out of Hoovers or something? Right? A vegan plane. Yeah. It's the future. It's the future. So let's have a look here now, right? I'll get me mush out of the way so we can actually look at the aircraft frame. It's free now, lads. Just, you know. So it looks the job, doesn't it? Now it's based, of course, on the Pitts that you get in the sim, but this is a custom built exterior. He's done a really nice job. Yeah, it looks amazing. Yeah, he's done a great job. So let's jump into the cockpit. Now there's not a whole lot here, because this is the Asobo cockpit. It looks beautiful, but in terms of functionality and whatnot, it's a little bit basic, isn't it? However, we'll go ahead and get ourselves started up and let's see what the thing can do, right? So let me see. Battery, avion, or master switch, avion. Yeah, sorry, booster pump, alternator, and a master switch. That'll do. Circuit breakers don't work. That's a shame. There's our fuel. So we'll probably top her up with fuel here. Call it 80%. And what do we need to do down here? Lean mixture, that's okay. So there's mixture, there's prop, push prop high RPM. There's our prop mixture. There's a fuel tank. We'll go main. We have some avionics down here. CHD high temperature already. That doesn't seem right, but sure, anyway, we'll give it a wonder. Now mags over here, right, left, both I'm gonna try and give it a start. So we'll say clear prop. Okay. I think they're default sounds. I'll have a listen though. Not too bad, not too bad. Right, so can we fly the thing? This is the sort of airplane that, like, you know, you'll die on takeoff, but sure, we'll see how we get on, right? Oh, Jesus, mind the cones, Murph. You have all these dials here, that helps you for, like, horizontal situational awareness when you're flying the stuff. Hey, Mechanical, good to see you. Needs a windwalking woman on the top. It does! It needs Beatrice. I'm up there now, Beatrice, now. We'll take for an out spin. Well, we'll go down this way, right, and see what happens. There's every chance now I'll make a complete and utter bosh of this, but sure, listen, you know, it's me. We're well used to me at this stage. Bit of Toby eye on here, a little bit higher in the seat. Oh, Jesus, it turns like an absolute mad lad. Right, let's see what happens, shall we? Power coming in nice and easy. Our airspeed is alive. Coming up on 60. Come on, Betsy. Jesus. Right, get up into the sky quick. There you go. Taxiway takeoff, nothing like it. Alright. Whoa now. Easy, Jemima, before we start messing this thing. I can't wait until it has smoke effects. Okay, speed 110. Okay, so approach the field. Now we're into city speed.
Hello there.
Hello there. Graham, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. It definitely feels different flying it. Okay, upsie daisy. Beautiful. Right. Let's play around with the thing. Oh, it's very snappy. Very snappy. I like that in a plane. This is ridiculous. Hang on a second. Jesus, you just got rid of your lunch?
Yeah, baby.
Test pilot, thank you very much indeed for the prime. It's good to see you, mate. Hey, Ringbolt is here. Good to see you, Ringbolt. Okay, so we're saying a knife edge.
Hello there.
Bach, thank you for the follow. It's like, it's super responsive, lads. And look at the roll rate. Jesus. Hold the nose. Lead the speed. So this is free, by the way. We'll put it into a stall and see what happens. This is free, yeah? So it's a heavily modified version of the pits. But F7 have done a great job here. It can stall and spin like an absolute champ, look. Brilliant. More agile, absolutely. I mean, the roll rate is just frightening, look. Like, you talk about like a wing snap. Jesus. I like it, I have to say, and it's free. I mean, you gotta love it, right? I mean, he's put a lot of time into this, lads. I don't know if you ever watched any of those, if you ever watched like the air show streams, like when you see what some of these guys can do, some of the solo pilots, like they do things with airplanes you just shouldn't be able to do, you know what I mean? Like, you're left scratching your head thinking, how did they just do that? Do you know what I mean? It's a beautiful looking plane. It's mad looking. In every sense of the word, it's mad, but it's great. Many endless late nights, you can attest to that. Pretty cool, right? Don't go flying this after a bet. No, absolutely not. You'd be in a hoop, canoe head. What do you think of it, lads? Is this your cup of tea? Maybe not your cup of tea? It's great. It's great to see it as freeware, and it'd be interesting to see what he can do with a payware version, right? It'll be interesting to see what he can do with a payware version. Okay, don't die, Murphy. Oh, Jesus. You nearly died. I think it's kind of cool. Awesome price. Reminds me of your Ryanair landing on Monday night. I heard from when the shadow showed it off and Frozen was on Discord before the... Right now. I heard that from when the shadow showed it off and Frozen was in Discord before the stream ended. Really? Fair play. It's great, and it's great to see it as freeware as well. Because if you're kind of on the fence, do you want to get kind of these aerobatic aircraft? We showed off the S-Back 340 a couple of weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. I can see my hotel I stayed in, says Eamon. Really? Nice. Like, it's a great introduction to seeing can you actually master these absolute crazy airplanes. Like, to fly them gently wouldn't be a bad little race for this. To fly them gently is very difficult because all you really want to do is throw it around the place. You know what I mean? Bring the power down. There's no flaps on this. She's a little biplane. Easy. Easy. There you go. We're still airborne. Come on, bring the speed down. There's 80. Still flying. There's 70. Really doesn't want to slow down. pretty, lads. So there we have it. The Pits Challenger 2, freeware, modified of the Pits, that's already available in the sim, and it's thanks to F7 Simulations. What do we think? It's pretty cool. Big shout out to Frozen. Phenomenal work on this. And I love that it's freeware. That's just brilliant. Just brilliant. So there we have it, folks. Not the sort of plane I have, or you'd have with a big lunch and then go flying. Yeah, you can't beat free. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, awesome work. Awesome work. Right, lads, that's the stab of it for this evening. Right, I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in and for spending your Wednesday evening with me. We covered quite a bit tonight. All the updates from the dev stream. We covered the news as well. We showed off the awesome Camair 480 twin Navion by Hangar Studios. Parallel 42's Coyote Estate. That was a lot of fun. The Bell 47J, now available in the sim from Builds as part of the Local Legend pack, Local Legend 16. And of course, then we finished off here with the Pits Challenger 2 by F7 Simulations freeware. And he's done a great job. So plenty to see, right? Very busy. We're back to you on Friday night at 2000 Zulu time. We're going to be flying in the Caribbean. We go exploring the region. And I'm going to be taking the DC-3 up for an old jaunt. Haven't flown the DC-3 in quite some time. So, yeah, busy night. And, well, I want to thank you all so very much indeed for all the support. To everyone on YouTube, thank you very, very much indeed for tuning in and for hitting that little like button. That's what helps the channel on YouTube, funny enough, when you give it a now like. For everyone here on Twitch, thank you so much indeed for the raids, for the resubscribes, the cheering, the bits, and most of all, your company. Thank you very, very much indeed. Big shout out to our mods as well, lads. Thanks for the help. And, well, we're back to you on Friday night at 8 o'clock. Until then, take care. Ready for this to go? I'm a little teapot short.
Dreamy, sleepy,
and
nighty,
stout.
snoozy, snooze.
Here is me handle, and here is me spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Why does it have to go to that feckin' clip? Why does it have to go to that clip? Of all the clips we have, it had to go to that. Ah, Jesus, lads. Here comes Chippy. Looking decent, looking decent. Yes, nicely done. Nice work from Chippy. As my iPad makes noises in the background. Next up is Six Pack Pilot. In a Cat Bat inbound. What's going to happen here?